excited to get
Audio is fucked up.
Stuff to talk about.
Another thing Hyris sucks at.
Got some new skins, some exciting events and stuff to show.
This is max boosted.
We're just gonna dive
Volume.
right into it with the balance.
Max
like we
boosted.
always do. 9.6 balance will be coming out June 14th. That's literally
Just show me the new god.
Right around the corner. Be ready for that. And this time we're definitely going for some more targeted picks. We had a lot of stuff going on the last update, and obviously we're working towards mid-season, which is going to be huge. So this time around, we really focused on some of the target issues that we thought were more important to deal with. And we'll kick it right off by getting into some game mode balance, starting with Conquest Trebuchets. Look like they're the optimal siege engine's getting a little work done to it.
Yeah, these trebuchets, they've been a really positive response to them all around, I think. All of the changes we did, obviously 9.5 was huge, as you mentioned, right? That patch was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
So really trying to focus in on some very specific things that we want to correct from that. The first step of that was the bonus balance, where we...
Ooh, okay, these changes are good.
Warriors. Yep. Some people might say a bit too much, but I've been checking the numbers, and it's looking good. It's looking nice. So next up is Conquest. So these trebuchets, just a couple tweaks across the board to them. Fixing an issue, so you could also see this as a buff to their HP scaling, so they're going to be a little tankier, especially in the late game, as well as increasing their movement speed. No one likes a slow escort quest, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Increasing their movement speed a bit, and also increasing their attack speed.
Yeah, I mean, the trebuchets, like I said, were met with some
Those are good changes. Like they're slightly tweaking all the issues.
Methods. They're going to be a little bit more of a, a valuable objective to have and take and to push with.
Yeah, stronger across the board, so make sure you pay attention to those chalices and go scoop them up. I really do love that part of this new flow, where you see all the little gold icons pop and you're just running around, grabbing those things.
Straight towards the enemy.
Hungry hippo style, you're just like,
oh, it's good. You got to put the blinders on. And speaking of chalices, that's actually the next thing that is having a little balance change to it as well. Is the chalice offerings are kind of being changed a little bit, easier to pick up and offer some mana refund.
Yeah, these are nice. These are some quality of life and some adjustments here. So first is that you're going to be able to pick them up quicker. They used to have a little delay while they play the animation, but now you can just scoop them right up. I think that'll be a nice improvement. It's going to be cut in half the time. Also, when you steal one,
why don't they just make it so you automatically get it?
Which that was an interesting situation, because we changed it so that the chalice offerings had ownership. So like if I killed the monster, you couldn't steal it from me, but that didn't make as much sense on the stealing from the obelisk. So when that supports in there stealing stuff, what do they call it? The juicer out of there.
Oh man!
Now you can actually steal it back in that situation. So I think that'll make sense. Obviously, these will be very clearly, they're either fully colored or like grayed out, so you can tell when you can steal one and when you can't.
Got it.
So that's being fixed for the invade situation. And then also, adding that mana heal back. That was what we had
that was
in
on the previous Hindu challenge.
Yeah.
Which we had
they put the movement speed back on it.
But,
bro, I was literally thinking about how OP that would be to have
again. A little
again.
bit more of a reward for going and picking up those.
As a jungler, I don't mind picking it up if I'm fast and I can
Well, it looks like
catch
there's
up.
one more change for this, and that's that the towers actually in Conquest appear to be all three of them, Tier 1, 2, and Phoenix, appear to be getting some shifts. Look like buffs in the later, but more of a balance for the first tier.
Well, this might look like a lot of numbers, but really what this is just a straight undo.
Reverse,
we just hit
right?
the old
Reverse?
Control
Okay,
Z
cool.
on it.
Yeah.
So
It's
when we
crazy
did
how I'm
9.5, we buffed
always
everybody,
right,
based
and then
on
everyone gets
wanting
mad
to
at
make
me for being
towers
right. That's
more intimidating,
crazy,
but Since
dude.
people were already tanky, we had to
Crazy.
make them extra intimidating, right? Because if you just make them a little bit
Nuts.
more scary, but everyone got tanky,
Wild.
kind of in the same
Yeah, it
spot.
wouldn't have matched up.
We had some feedback from different places, specifically late game Conquest matches where Phoenix pushing could get really difficult, as well as some other game modes. So what we're doing is a partial revert here, where just on Conquest,
Exclusively.
so we nerfed all the towers in 9.5 bonus,
Yeah.
but we're undoing that for Conquest. So we're going back to 9.5 normal numbers.
Like why?
for
Oh my!
Conquest only,
I don't
but
know.
that
I don't know
nerf
who's giving
from
them the feedback to even
bonus
nerf them in the first
will
place.
remain in place for the
Because it wasn't the casual community. It wasn't the ranked community.
Towers are still going to be a little
who the
easier
fuck
to kill
was
with
it?
Assault.
Yep,
That's not
because
gonna
it was
be-
causing some problems over there.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
But towers are going to go back to being as scary as they were on 9.5 launch.
Scary?
In
You
Conquest. We had a
mean
lot
the way
of
they should
requests
be?
for this, so definitely something we're going to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
Potentially do some further Conquest tower.
Thank you guys for subbing, by the way.
Yeah, this is going to make your early game towers more intimidating, and it's going to make
Shout you out at the
Phoenix
end.
harder to siege again. So.
Fair enough. I'm happy to hear it's the same in Assault too, because after like 25 minutes of being like, why can't I get the Tier 2? It's You know what? Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
So that does it for the game mode changes. Now we're moving into the item world. So for items, looks like we're starting off with Morningstar. Just a little bit of a nerf for Morningstar, right?
What?
This one is more of a consistency change than anything.
Got it.
We had been rebalancing a lot of the tier 1s in 9.4
Oh, okay,
and
okay,
before. This one kind of was just an outlier. It still had more power for the same cost, so I wouldn't really say that any particular class was using this item too effectively, but we did want to make sure that all tier 1s were on
It
even
was
footing.
called out as something that we might have potentially missed with the other round one. So
And it was a reasonable change to make.
Got it. Awesome. Well, the next one is Golden Blade, also getting a nerf, just a bit of a cost increase. It looks like.
Yeah, I mean at 2,000 gold, we saw it with the meta changes going on. We saw a lot of people picking it up.
Really
more
popular
often.
Makes sense.
in 2 roles.
Whether you're seeing it like with Warriors Assassins picking up in the solo lane, you know,
Yeah.
things are kind of changing up a lot over there. But for what it's providing, it was something that we kind of wanted to incentivize people to try.
I feel like they're
going to
go back to just pure Warriors in that lane.
Niche for what you need it for at the beginning of the game for these gods, but. 2150, it's not gonna hurt too much.
No,
I'm stoked to see it back, though, honestly. So this is a light change. We just want to delay the time where you can get this a little bit, but definitely one that's going to be on our radar when we make some further adjustments.
Absolutely.
Fire sale had to end at some point, so back to full price.
It
So
was a heck of a deal.
yeah, right. A great deal. So next up, Conqueror's Gauntlet looks like it's getting a buff as well. AJ, why are the gauntlets stronger?
So this is another partial revert.
Yeah.
Undo. So Hunters,
Control Z again.
we're sorry. This is one that we're
sorry.
gonna undo a little bit here. Base lifesteal going to go back up to 25%. So it's not a full undo back to the 30%, but it is a partial.
I wonder if that'll bring demos back as meta, because it's 25% lifesteal on an item. It's still a lot.
Would just be really hard to kill because they.
It used to be 30%,
damage
and when they nerfed it, it was 20. So they just met in the middle.
DPS, but they would be able to like really keep their
Crank
HP
it
bar
out,
just
yeah.
topped off. So we looked at a couple items, lifesteal items to nerf, but once we nerfed this one, you know, we did see Hunters fall down to still a very powerful spot, honestly. They came down with our bonus changes, but they're still
Bounce?
top
The
of
bonus
list.
changes?
But the lifesteal specifically did seem like not the right way to go about.
Got it.
So.
That can be hard to deal with, especially, you know, you feel good about your poke, you turn around, they take a minion wave, and you're like, I thought I hit them. I could have sworn.
Right.
So, well, cool.
Still gonna full heal.
Sands of Time also getting a bit of a change. Looks like a new passive, Clumsy?
Yeah, so we're getting a little bit of a new passive on Sands of Time. It's in addition to what it
And
previously
Conduit
had,
Gem,
and
really.
Conduit Gem's also
Really?
getting something, but it's the same vibe as kind of what we were just talking about, right?
Yeah.
Hunter's strength has been pretty high. We've been seeing it in the Master Tournament. We're seeing
Wait, it has
in the
two
data
passives?
statistics. People
Yeah.
are noticing it. You're getting 2 to 3 Hunters per game, per team sometimes. It's a bit much. And one of the things that we wanted to do is not just assess Hunter strength, but also
Wait,
assess
this is
other
the bonus
classes as
damage in
well.
the
So
jungle?
one thing you see with Sands of Time and Conduit Gem is we notice that mages, you know, they can kind of do okay the later the game goes on. They don't have the.
You got a new
objective
starter of the
damage
Jungle
and,
Boys?
Fast DPS that crit provides for
Yeah.
hunters.
Ebo,
But one area where they
Quanger
were
Banger
lacking
in the
was
bungle?
early game. They didn't compete against other hunters in their ability to clear the wave, especially because everything got a little bit tanky.
Of course,
right?
yeah.
So kind of in line with that, Sands of Time and Conduit
It's only
Gem are gonna
10
get the
bonus
buff
damage
directly
though,
to
so
the damage
I don't
that
know if that's
mages
really gonna be
do
matter.
against the minions.
Got it.
Early clear will be a lot
Specifically
better.
to Minions here.
Yep.
So because we want to
Yeah.
be careful.
Honestly, mids will
to
clear
not
red a
just
little bit
start
faster, too.
Buffing back everyone's PvP damage. We just did a whole lot of work to
Absolutely.
wrangle that back down to a reasonable place. So now we're looking at a lot of ways that we can
Chunga,
empower certain classes across the map. So really today we are looking at mages and assassins. And this, you know, this is only 2 changes, but these could have really
pretty
big
important.
impacts, right?
Yeah.
These are the 2 core mage DPS starter items. We did specifically choose not to do this to Vamp Shroud because we're not really seeing it in mid. We're seeing that mostly in Guardian solo, and we're not looking
That
at
stacks
their lane
20
clear
times,
right
right?
now.
So that's-
But we do want to give a
That's
little bit of
40 extra
edge to
true
those
damage when it's max stacks,
mid-lane
okay.
mages, especially
Oh, yeah,
in
at
sense
the end
that
it says
this might
40
help
max,
them
you guys
better
can't
compete
see it.
against an opposing hunter,
Yeah.
or give you a better chance to
Yeah, I'll move
just
this down
get
again.
picked instead of
There you go.
Yeah.
And you can see as well with some of the mages that did want to get played, you were seeing a little bit of Eye of the Jungle, right? They needed some of that clear, whether it's in the lane or against the jungle
Yeah.
minions. So we think this direction will really help
Yeah,
us out.
both of these we did say minions, but this bonus damage applies to minions and jungle
jungle
camps.
camps.
So it gives you a
Exactly.
little bonus to your mid harpy clear as well.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So really hoping you get that clear. That's awesome. So Heavy Mace up next. A little bit of a buff, a little bit of a damage buff. Just knocking those numbers up, I guess. Helping with the
That's just the tier
people
2.
who tend to go that build path.
Is that gonna
Right, so
affect
now
the tier
we,
3s?
pivoting into the assassins.
Yeah, of course.
So
Out of those
what we
mages.
have seen, really interestingly, 0.95, post 9.5, is that the sustained damage, basic attack assassins,
Yeah.
are really good right now.
Really good.
Yep.
Yeah, they're tippy top. So what we're trying to look for is trying to bring back a few things for those more traditional ability-based assassins.
Yeah, okay.
And it is also important that assassins do still have the ability to burst down other players.
Yeah.
Obviously, all these 9.5 changes is going to slow that down.
A little bit.
Even some buffs, we're going to be many buffs away before we're back to where they were before, right?
Yeah.
Many buffs away. But looking to inch our way there by giving the assassin class, specific those ability-based assassins, a few power buffs across the Tier 2 maces,
Aggro
as well as
works on the
Titan's
dev
Bane on Tier
team.
3 and on the
He's not a
Crush.
caster,
Yeah,
so
I
he's
was gonna
not
say, it
always
looks
going
like
to
he
be
did,
doing
I mean,
patch
just
notes or
bonus
anything like
damage
that.
across Warrior's Bane, Titan's buff, and then Crusher actually getting some scaling damage, it looks like.
Right, that's that bonus damage from the passive.
Yeah.
Which we had nerfed that item a bunch to get it away from hunters. We're
Wait,
not seeing
what?
that so much anymore. So this feels safe that we can give assassins a little buff there through this item.
Yeah, sprinkle
Although
back
we
some
might
of that
see some
power.
hunters pick this up. We might see ability-based hunters come back a little bit. That'd be okay.
Yeah,
they're
of course.
much less prevalent right now than the traditional basic attacking hunters. So trying to help those ability-based physical characters quite a bit.
Sounds good. I'm a bit like, that's my thing. Auto attacks I can deal with. Abilities, that's my bread and butter. Anybody that can spam abilities, I'm in for all day. So I love that kind of
Hell yeah.
change. So cool, that does it for items this time around. And now we're on to gods. And the first god up here, Umoja, getting nerfed again. Too much water. I mean, I'm a hydro homie, but
What the fuck?
even I agree that water.
Why are they nerfing Umoja again?
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
yeah.
your mojo's on there again. I think,
Had to be done.
casual players may be finding mixed success with your mojo, maybe a little bit less than we'd like, but on the, the high level scene, the pro players, they just
Dominant.
don't stop.
Dominant.
Yep.
And
She
there-
was still one of the most picked banned gods in the entire post 9-5 Masters tournament.
So, and with that stat in mind, we discuss with pro players. We discuss to see what angles that we think would be. Most
It's
meaningful. In fact,
60%.
We want to make sure we.
Why
do
are
that
there
all the time when
notes
we're
moving
hitting
more and more to the
high
right,
level impact,
instead
right?
of just
We know
going
it's
down to a
specifically
second line?
for the high level players, we want to know what their problems are with
Yeah.
it. So you can see directly, Riptide's actually duration of the deployable is going to be cut in half.
Yeah.
That's something that they mentioned was specifically important to make sure that it's not going to be as effective as a zoning tool.
That's
sure, it'll still be there
crazy.
kind
The
of for
two
the
is
movement
only-
component,
they're
but the
cutting
fact
it
that
in
they kind of
half,
do
bro?
A soft Ymir wall kind of
Is
block
this?
off the
Yeah.
second
Right.
enemies for 6 full seconds and potentially more if you
Yeah.
stack them
Yeah.
was something that they found was a little bit oppressive. And on top of that, we're going to be decreasing the slow on opponents from 20% to 10% when you do travel through the Riptide.
That's nuts.
Because you're already going to be hit with the slow, and the allies are going to be given that movement speed buff. Well, the difference between the two is just getting a little bit too strong.
Staggering, yeah.
River's Rebuke was one more place. We've hit the cooldown.
This
on
is
a
nuts
lot.
that Umoja has been
the cherry
nerfed,
on
I
the
think,
top was
5
that actual
times.
initial slow that
Yeah.
diminished over time for being actually hit by the River's Rebuke ability at the end. Of
They've
the
hit every ability.
So now
Thoughts
that's not
on
going to be
Lance?
as heavy
Multiple
as of a
times.
slow. You're already kind of contained an area for long enough, and you
Yeah,
take some
true.
damage, and you're trembled when it's hit. The slow is just probably a little bit, again, too oppressive
Yeah.
for what it was providing.
So these nerfs, very focused around her control and her pro play. So, no damage or healing nerfs here, which,
True.
hopefully will have a larger effect on the pro level scene as opposed to
Exactly.
Umoja on other
And a
levels.
minimal effect on the casual.
Yeah,
players.
I was about to say that the control factor is just huge. That's something that, I mean, even
I
someone
kinda
who's played for as
do
long
feel
as I
like the
have, don't
problem
really have
is the
solid
fact that
control
Umoja
over,
doesn't use
is
mana.
learning, like, all
I
right,
feel like
can
you're
use this
right, the
ability to try to
Omi-
push them at me, or I
Omi
can
is
just
what
put it right
is
there. They
failing,
can't walk
not
into
the
jungle.
abilities.
Huge for zoning.
They're trying to balance the
so
abilities
that's
to
one of
the
those
Omi
things
instead
that
of just
I don't
removing
think
it.
I'd feel it as much, but
Turn her
knowing
into
how
a
much
mana
that
using
means, I can
god.
see that
Get
that
rid of
is
the
a
idea. It was a
huge,
failed idea.
Huge change. So
Bet you'd have
next
to
up, I hate to
buff
to
all
talk
her
about this
abilities.
one. Baron getting a little bit of a nerf. It makes sense, but I love the Baron. So Consigned Spirits. Why has it got to lose that 5%?
Well, Baron is one of the top performing gods in the entire game in every measurable way in the post 9-5 world. This god just, we saw those kind of tanky mages.
Yeah.
We've seen Hades come back big time.
True.
But Baron is by far the #1 pick in this regard, and he's also got the best stats to back it up. So we're also excited about that. We're really
Yeah.
happy to see these
super
new
exciting.
archetypes coming back
Yeah.
into different roles, seeing more
Yeah.
diversity in the solo lane. That's all good stuff.
And supports too, which is really interesting
Sure.
to see.
Yeah.
being
Exactly. So we tried to, focus really tightly on Baron. What's the one thing that can be most frustrating or most powerful with him? And that's really that we decided on the missing health heal from the Consigned Spirits. We
Yeah.
saw. And now you got to really work for those kills. You got to really chase people down. You got to fight hard. And then Baron hits one of those, and you see someone on the other team who looks like they're about dead. That health, that it gets bigger the lower health
Yeah.
that you have. It saved so many people. We saw this happening across this Masters tournament all the time. You were ready
yeah.
for that kill to happen, and then someone get Baron healed, and you're like,
Build anti-heal.
what? They just healed for that much. So yeah, we're cutting that part down specifically. So I do expect Baron to still be a staple of the post 9-5 meta, but this will be, I think, a little bit, give a better chance to
Yeah,
fight
we're
against
trying
him in
to
the team
calm
fights.
down the party just a little bit,
Just
right?
a little bit, yeah.
But it'll still be there. Baron will
Right.
still be really strong.
All right, I'll take your word for it and continue to play him anyway. Jing Wei up next, getting a bit of a nerf. Looks like Explosive Bolts is having some damage taken off per shot.
So we talked about hunters as a whole.
Yeah.
Amidst the hunters, whenever hunters are kind of in that strong suit, we saw Jing Wei as one of the 4 hunters that were played kind of
right there.
consistently.
Top of the pro play stats.
Top of the pro play stats. That's kind of honestly all we need to say there, because she was the highest. She needed a little bit of a nerf, so we decided to decrease the damage per shot from her explosive bolts. Something that she was getting a lot of efficiency out of, especially with kind of crit being, back against to be strong.
Basic attacks were back, crit was back, and
Jing Wei
safety is good. So Jing Wei had everything going for her.
Living it.
Just a little bit of a hit there.
So we do have a couple nerfs on this patch, which we obviously just talked about. So
that's a good change, though.
That's because we were still, when we did 9.5 bonus, everything was still shifting like crazy, right? So we nerfed Kleena in the bonus because that one was pretty clear, but we were waiting a little bit more to get some more data on some other gods that were rising to the top. So these were the 3 that came up from there. So that's why there's some extra nerfs slid into your main update. But now we're going to move over to buffs, which we do have quite a few for this update as well.
Starting with Ratatosker, getting a little bit of buffage to Acorn Blast and Through the Cosmos, which is such a great ability. So, I mean, what made Ratatosker deserve these buffs?
He is one of those ability-based assassins.
Why?
And honestly, Ratatosker is really cool because he's very flexible. We've seen him played in support.
Oh yeah, Super Reveal is coming back at the end of the month, Riley.
We think that those roles are still
I'm gonna be playing the fuck out of it
right now. But we wanted to really focus in a bit more on his assassin play. So Through the Cosmos, just getting scaling.
This change to Rat is nuts.
Yeah,
that dunk
up to that next.
Because you're gonna go
low already,
Bumbos on Rat
for an assassin alt. And then
if you're full CDR, you might be able to just spam your 3.
CC and burst damage ability. That cooldown going down, it's probably going to move you more towards building that Acorn Blast.
No, they're not going to nerf any of the Warriors, dude. They're literally not going to touch the Warriors.
Crit was really strong, so the crit.
They want that lane to be a joke.
I would be building
that
Acorn Blast.
It's one of the most favorites, right?
I'm like sold on the fact that for me, the soul lane and warrior base damage ruins the fun of Smite these days.
I think Ratatosker could make a big comeback, so I'm excited.
Warriors are amazing right now. You're fucking trolling.
It's one of those where even though
unkillable, you're fucking joking.
It is such an awesome ult just to see.
You can see it coming. He's up there, leaping from tree to tree.
It's all, That's can't do anything about that. Bye, team. So next up, another buff to an assassin character. We have Ravana getting quite a kind of a buff across the board. Chain of Blows, Prana Onslaught, and the 10-hand.
It's all base power scaling though.
Not been doing very well.
That's good though. It's because he's not good because his clear isn't good.
Look at some of the outlying.
He has a weak clear compared to these other assassins.
We saw quite a few places where we could give Ravana some love. So his passive is going to be getting a little bit more of that shield effect. A part that maybe not a lot of people think about, because Ravana needs to, he does his abilities, kind of gets in there. He's almost like a mix between an ability assassin and an in-hand assassin, because he wants to trade a lot with the Chain of Blows. But if you're not doing that, then you're not getting that shield effect.
The shield is actually really useful in 1v1s and like really extended fights.
Side of things, his Prana Onslaught and 10-hand Shadowfist are both getting
hardest roll right now.
So
jungling,
allowing him to kind of engage with that burst combat, and if he needs to, sustain himself a little bit better with that shield, and then pull back.
Make sure that power actually means something on those sides.
That's one of those crazy things too, is you see numbers like 10%.
It's literally always been jungling,
right? And to some people, you're like, oh, 15%, like out of 100%, that doesn't seem like a lot. But then, you've been here for a while and you're like, 15%? Whew.
They buffed Rat because Rat hasn't been played for like 2 years.
Yeah, it'll be good to see him come back. Next up, Odin, also getting a buff. I mean, lots of numbers here. Run me through the numbers.
Well, it's just to increase the pulse damage and the Gungnir damage, which is the spear throw. So this is really his main damage.
It's only 15 damage.
Clear ability. Odin's been on a bit of a roller coaster. We reworked him. He was really strong. He got toned down quite a bit, fell really far off. Then we've been slowly bringing him back. He's still struggling, and the
actually, isn't that ability have really high scaling?
Just buffing this core ability damage here help us.
You end up getting an extra 55 damage.
The main thing Odin has going for him.
The scaling's pretty good.
Can be really good in this world where CC DR was nerfed a little bit. People are a little bit harder to kill.
The shield. I mean, the ult has been worthless for so long.
Really good, but if he can't even get through the early game to get there, then it's not going to be very good. Right? So we're buffing his Odin's main lane ability.
We'll pretend his ult's insanely good.
Yeah.
If that is a good amount of damage, though,
do you think that Odin
jungle
got inadvertently buffed with
They'll
the
play
hot
him in
dog
solo
skin,
because they're
got
upping
a
his base
mental
damage.
crit.
Notice
Like, you
how
see
this
that
is
and
a
you're like,
base damage
that's
change.
So true. I don't know if
Solo
we're
lane
talking about that for
warriors
something else, but, like,
always
that is
get
terrifying, the mental
increased
hit.
Yeah.
base
I bet
damage
his win rate
because
went
they
down
know
so many people
they
were
want him
just
to
out
do
there
fuck tons of
trolling.
damage while building full
Look at
defense.
me and just
Fair
throwing
enough.
games.
Fair
but
enough.
At least they're having fun.
That's true.
And now you'll be a little stronger of a hot dog. So
Yeah.
if that
stay on
skin
the
is still
grill.
Now you're
available,
gonna be a chili dog.
go ahead and buy it
Chili
again.
dog.
Spicy.
Oh my gosh. All right, so the next buff, Freya, Pulse just getting some increased damage. I mean,
Just
Freya.
getting some bonus. This is a big buff.
It's a good
That's
chunk.
true. Just
of,
one thing, but a big thing.
Base
Yeah.
damage per shot of the pulse.
Per shot.
And that's where it stacks up. I mean, so with the Hunter meta, we did see a couple of ADC mages, which was kind of a bit surprising because the rings got nerfed pretty
Yeah.
heavily as well.
It's only 60% scaling on the 3?
exactly.
Okay, so yeah.
It's perfect.
Right.
We do-
Warriors
yeah,
getting
Dark
buffed
Lord
for
did a
the
great
solo
job.
lane. Nice.
But one god that got hurt a lot more than the rest of them
Pulse
was
got a
Freya,
15
because She's
ooh.
kind of a unique type of.
Wait, that's
carry.
beast
She
for
doesn't
jungle
have
clear.
ranged
Let's
base
go.
attacks all the time.
Yeah.
And when
Exactly.
she does, the minion health changes meant that she was really suffering from the clear speed that other mage ADCs definitely were not. So honestly, this is kind of a fair buff for Freya to help her get through the laning phase to shine in the mid to late game where she still already does.
Exactly. The reason hunters are really so good now is because of that sustained damage output. They just keep putting out
Yeah,
damage,
constantly.
Right? But as far as the carries go, Freya is limited in that regard. So pretty significant bonus damage here increase on her pulse.
That's
So,
actually really good for
I'll be
clear.
interested to see if this brings her back fully. You know, Freya has a tendency
Yo,
to get buffed a little bit and become the best god in the entire game. Or
Watch
nerfed a little bit and become the worst god in the entire
watch
game.
the
We'll see. I
change
think in the 9-5
to-
world, that is going to be
what's
a
the
little
starter
bit more
item?
stable.
Yeah.
Sands
So
of
we
time,
might
where it gets
see
10
not
extra
much increase
damage
from
to
this,
can
from
to
this change. We
creeps.
might see her come up quite a
Watch
bit.
it work on her too on
but
every all
hopefully
pulse.
She will not be literally number one in the game, but we'll see. Maybe that happens.
Yeah. We'll be watching
It's
the
been a
numbers.
while for her anyway. So
Yeah,
we'll
it's
see
been
about the
true.
full
if
clear
she
lane.
does, I
Spotlight.
think in the post 9-5 world, it's a safer, more balanced world for Freya to exist as a powerful
Yeah.
god than she was before.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, give him back at least a crumb of the spotlight.
Right.
So it looks like the last god on our list here, one of the newcomers, Yu Huang, actually, spent some time with the Dao, apparently, master of Dao and Dao cultivation, both seeing some buffs.
It's insane how
That's
I've been
exactly
saying this
right.
god
Both of these
sucks
changes
donkey
are,
balls, and now they're
regarding
buffing
that.
him
Kind of
because he
his core
sucks donkey
kit.
balls.
Yeah.
Identity is working through those abilities and getting those bonus effects.
Yeah.
Dao cultivation is the
They
quickest,
really
most
don't
powerful way
want
do
him
that.
to be
So
a one-shot
buffing
mage,
that
though.
by
They
a
clearly want him to be a
is
spam
also
mage.
A very good poke and CC ability. So that's
They
just gonna
want
be a
him to
pretty
sit in the
impactful
back
buff.
and use his
Oh, yeah,
abilities
just
15
straight up.
times.
And then also making sure he gets a Dao, that kind of passive out of combat Dao a little faster too.
That makes sense. Well, excellent. That will do it for the balance for 9-6. Again, y'all catch that coming out on Tuesday, so not a long wait. Make sure y'all hop in the patch notes and check out that for anything that you missed, because all the information is listed there, ready for your viewing pleasure. Next up, we have the community news, but not before we share something kind of cool with y'all. Check it out.
How's it going?
Yep, you heard and saw that correctly. Smite and RuneScape coming not horribly long from now.
I'm wondering if
I
we're gonna
have
get,
been
like,
so excited for
characters
this for so
and-
long.
and
I
stuff
am
with
going
the
to be
terrible
very
graphics.
impatient waiting for this to happen, and we'll share everything that I can with y'all as soon
That'll
as we
be
are able
awesome.
and awesome and ready to share it. It's going to be great, you know, just little insider trade secret from everything that I've heard about going on with that. It's going to be amazing. So keep your eyes and ears on that. We'll give y'all more information in the future. As for more community news, right now, if y'all are looking for Prime Gaming skins to claim, there's a great one available right now. Happy Little Painter Jean-Qui is available.
The
to be
skin is
claimed right
really
now, and
good, by the way.
Look at him.
The only
I have to
only
say
thing
it.
that isn't
Number
amazing
one
about it
fan
is the
too,
two.
which
The
is-
two ability isn't that cool.
I
Everything
love
else
this
is
skin
sick.
every time I look at it. And on the tune of Bob Ross, we had a Bob Ross competition that was going on. We were able to host this alongside them, and they were willing to give away an amazing prize, a Bob Ross painting class, and the materials to partake in that class were being awarded to one person for a Smite Bob Ross inspired painting. And as you can see, this was our glorious winner. This beautiful piece of art here of Tiamat is thanks to Himily84583378. I practiced that just for you. I'm going to go with Himily from here on out. From Twitter, and this art is just amazing.
Really good.
So if you're watching, congratulations.
It would be a beast if the Tiamat didn't have green on him, because it kind of blends in, but that's a beast painting.
My words are all a mess. I've just been staring at this art for so long that I'm kind of encapsulated. So make sure that you watch out. We'll be reaching out to you soon to get all of the final pieces taken care of.
The art
there.
critic? Nah, it's just a visual critic.
Last bit of community news is, AJ, I think there's some Smite Night information you wanted to share with us.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk about Smite Night.
Can't wait.
The first month of Smite Nights has been a huge success. We've seen really big numbers, people showing up on those Saturdays to play the legendarily classic Conquest closed beta game mode.
Broccoli trees.
So we just want to give some updates on that. So Smite Night is going to be continuing through the next update, the Lancelot Roundtable update. We're going to have a new game mode being rotated in. That's going to be Corrupted Arena Smite Night. It's going to be there. We're also going to still continue to have some classic Conquest Smite Nights.
Yeah.
You know, people have been waiting forever to play that mode, so we're not going to rotate it out quite yet. But we will be, you know, cycling through Smite Night modes as we go forward through the patches. All of the Smite Night modes and rewards that will be in
That's
the
what I
next
feel
update
actually.
will be on the patch notes, so you can go ahead and check these update notes today to go see what Smite Night modes are coming up, what type of rewards. Try to figure out which night you want to play. I think it's the Corrupted Arena night that you can get the Smite Night skin chest and the progress towards the skin chest for the month. So you get like the double skin.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, the night to show up if you really got to plan your
If you
schedule
have to
carefully.
choose.
There's also a
just do 'em all.
clarification on there that there is, every Smite Night, one of the quests, one of the daily quests, can be progressed by playing any game mode, not just a Smite Night game mode. We saw some confusion there. So there'll be a Smite Night game mode and then an any game mode. So we adjusted the text there to be a little bit more clear. So for example, the Smite Night we have coming up in just a few days, which is full 5v5 party only Conquest. You know, we're very excited to have that. People have been asking us for 5v5 mode for a long time, right? This is only full party, so get ready to compete this weekend. But if you don't have
I'm wondering if they're going to keep Smite Night forever.
Complete one of those quests just by playing any game mode of your choice on Smite Night. So keep an eye on the update notes and you know, get your team together, get your squad together. We're going to keep rotating through some fun maps in the future, but all of that is on the update notes for next month's Smite Nights.
Well, keep an eye out for it then. And if you're looking for wins, make sure you play against me and any of my friends, because we won't be doing that.
Yes, and avoid learning.
And avoid learn me at all costs. Cool. So that does it for regular community news. We have some SPL news as well. The kickoff for Phase 2 is actually starting this weekend. Should be kicking off tomorrow because it's Thursday now, and I know that's weird. Update show. Trust me, my mind's messed up too. But yeah, so make sure you stick around for that. Excited to continue to roll through the SPL phases because these are some awesome games. And every time we do a release or an update, I always love seeing how they handle all the changes that are made. So make sure to keep your eye on that. And last but not least, make sure you go over to shop.hyrostudios.com. I had to make sure I read that right. Where there's all kinds of merch available there, but it's limited. It's running out. We're getting rid of it. So if there's anything you want to go look for there, do it as quick as you can because it is going, and soon enough, gone. And that'll do it for community news. But there's plenty more to talk about, so don't go anywhere because we're going to hop into quality of life next. And quality of life has quite a few things going for it this time, actually, starting with some changes to the end of match lobby survey. So AJ, if you want to get into that?
Yes, I'm very excited about this update's quality of life changes and not buffed quality of life. Just quality of life, not buffs. Yep. So first up is there's actually a survey. You might have noticed this, you might have not. It's been there forever. There's a server quality survey that's at the end of match lobby most of your games, if not all of them. In 9.6, we're going to be changing that to a matchmaking quality. So we really want to hear more from our players, and we want this real-time data. We want to be able to collect, you know, specifically, if you had a good match or a bad match.
You're going to have no positive feedback.
I think people will mostly respond if they had a really good one or a really bad one.
Okay. Yeah.
Go ahead and click that, or you know,
the audio is fluctuating. Their audio is dog shit.
And it'll give you a 1 through 5 star rating. Give that match a rating, you know, of how good
they're
you thought
gonna
the
get
matchmaking was.
no
We
positive
responses we
feedback.
get from all our different game
The
modes,
only
this
occasional
should be on
positive
for every
feedback is
match
going to be the
lobby.
guy who
Please, you know,
fucking went
we're
30 and
talking
0.
about it here today so we can remind people to go out and use it.
Please,
if you want to be a little bit tough on us, that's okay. This is the way to do it. Instead of making another Reddit post talking about it, go play some matches and actually use the survey to say this was not a good match or this was a good match. Let us know. We want to learn as much as we can. This is going to be a really good way to get
Say
some
no more.
very tangible data to help us make some changes in the future.
Yeah, so make sure you click that star. And again, be honest with us, that's only way we're going to make it better is if you're honest with us. So
Like how it says good or bad in parentheses.
yeah,
like,
good or
not
Calvin
good.
ads make me a
we lost,
shit
but I
ton
had a
of money,
teammate
brother.
named Meatball
That's why I run
Ravioli,
them.
and that made me laugh. So good game.
Yeah, right.
So next up, Auto Builder getting some improvements as well. That's kind of neat. What's going on there?
Yeah, this is a big one, and shout out to the high-res data team. We've been doing a ton of work with them, and they've been giving us all sorts of good information on how we can make changes to certain features, as well as doing some direct changes to the game on their own, and that involves auto building. So this actually, we kind of snuck this in last minute into 9.5, so a lot of this is already present in the game.
Ooh.
But we made significant improvements to Auto Builder to build items in the proper order more accurately.
Got it.
Build a better level 1 starter loadout for you more accurately. Focus.
I
more
don't
closely on
understand the
dodge
auto builder.
roll
Like that's
pairings.
something you only
So
use for
no
your
more,
first
like,
few
Thor
games.
Jungle, but it auto builds you, a warrior item or something like that, or just builds you like a tier 1 mace.
Just
and no starter
fucking
item.
Yeah.
Fixing a lot
buy
of issues
Smite
like
source,
that.
pay me to
Also
update
better,
it, and fucking pull
focus
that
on the
information
build
over.
per game mode. So a lot of improvements to the auto builder there, and we're still working on a few more, but check out the full update notes to read all those and let us know how it works. We've been observing.
Woody, that
it
sounds good to
already,
me,
and
brother.
I've seen a lot of improvements. So still
Good
a
to
few
hear.
more things we want to clean up, and maybe you'll see some more on future update notes, but looking really good right now.
Glad to hear. I long for the day that I can turn on auto build and never have to think about building anything again. Because
I really think if you don't know what you're doing for a god or for a build, the auto builder is a pretty good option right now. It really
That's-
is.
yeah,
It will
that's
be
awesome.
better than you just picking things randomly.
Okay, yes. I think anything
you'd
would be
be right
better than
there.
that.
So next up, this setting, this quality of life is really cool. It's a setting for mute all, right? So you're able to go in and mute everybody, one click. You don't have to do it every game. It's just one and done, right?
Yes,
Woody,
this is
sounds
so we have
beautiful to me.
two very exciting settings that have been requested for a long time, been from a lot of Olympian meetings, a lot of content creators out there. So these are some ways to kind of moderate what types of discussions you have with other players in the game.
Yeah.
So the first stuff is the mute all. So what this is actually, it won't be on the scoreboard or in the normal places where you mute people. You actually have to navigate to the escape menu, settings, and into the user interface section.
God
in there, there's a
damn.
couple other,
Every
like,
game or just
moderation
once?
Toxicity settings you can do, like blocking DMs and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Now there's a new setting that'll be mute all. And if you turn this on, you will not hear anything from any other players. No pings,
did I miss?
no VGS, no chat, no spam, nothing
Beautiful.
ever.
Gone.
You will be getting to play Smite and
It's terrible for
that's the way you wanna
Conquest.
play.
With game audio and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Of course, there'll all be all of the game sound effects and music.
Unless you
and
wanna
all that,
turn those off,
but
too.
you will not be
Up to
hearing
you.
the communication from other players. Now that a lot of people will be like, well, I need to make some coordinated plays, Ajax. I can't just make that.
Yeah, Ajax.
Like I'm careful with who I want. I don't want to hear any toxic things, but I want to be able to play still.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's why we've added a second setting, which is the show VGS. And what you
yeah,
can do is
that's good.
use these settings in tandem to kind of create yourself, your own choice of how you want to run this. But what this
Yeah.
can do is, you can toggle this on. So if you turn show VGS, it will
Okay.
be, even if you mute someone, they will still be able to use VGS to communicate with you.
Nice.
So you can mute all and show VGS to just have this on all the time,
Yeah.
or you can turn on show VGS, and then if you just want to mute, okay, Harrison's getting a little over the top in this match. I'm just going to mute him real quick.
rock.
In the tab setting, you will still hear.
I don't
the
care about
from them,
VGS
just not
spam.
whatever they're typing
Or
about
like,
why
whatever.
they're better solo later than you. So these two settings, feel free, take a look, try to use them. I have a feeling we'll probably get a lot more use from our content creators and people who are very familiar with the game using these than average players.
I'm not
but
moving the counter. You're literally
a really
missing
good
one
way-
letter.
Yeah, a really
Yeah.
good way to moderate.
It
what
says
type
turn it
of,
off.
text,
You can't see the
mostly
second
text
F.
from
You'll
other
be all
players
right.
You'll experience in the game of Smite.
Nice. And just to
Huge
cover
win.
my own back, the only kind of toxic I ever am is I'd be like, you should have chose Atlas. That's just it. That's it. I'm just gonna, if I
Yes.
type it 10 times a game, I just love Atlas. All right. It's cool.
A lot of times giving advice can be construed as toxicity, but hey, if you don't want to be given any advice, these are your options.
Yeah, that's fine. You're probably
People are
better
gonna
than
be
me
typing
So,
and
now
nobody's
with
gonna
quality of
see.
life changes. So again, a lot of stuff
Oh
we went
my
over. And there's a
God.
lot more information you can get on the patch notes, which again are available now. So if you have a second monitor,
Where
you
the
wanna, like,
fuck
half the
are you?
screen,
It's
do
just
both at the same
do-do-do-do-do,
time.
no
When I look
fucking
at the video,
idea.
That's usually what I do. It makes my head hurt. Good stuff to look at though, so you can get all the information whenever you need it.
I know a
Or
lot of
what we
people
just
do,
said,
Mama.
kinda
I know.
rolled off the head. So next up, we have another really cool kind of crossover type deal to talk about, but I think it would be better explained after this video.
Why is only one nipple?
I had to bring in a tailor for
Where's my nipple tape?
Is that bad?
It's okay.
Oh, cool. Miz, you look good. I like the pink on you.
Pink's my color.
Love that, dude. That's so hot. Holy fuck.
One across my pink right here.
Are you done with spamming Miz to play a game for once? Well, wake the fuck up, Samurai. Wait. Welcome to the oh, wait. Oh, here we are. Welcome to the OTK Smite Invitational. 8 teams, 40 of your favorite creators will fight it out for a $100,000 prize. Tune into the event on June 27th, live at twitch.tv/Mizkif.
That is right, OTK crossover. So for those of you who missed the showcase yesterday, it was awesome. They did an excellent job, and we were lucky enough to have some really awesome stuff showcased there for the first time and have them run through it in the spectacular show they hosted. But it doesn't end there. That show was just the beginning of the race. So as y'all just saw there, they will be having an invitational tournament that is actually on June 27th. That is the only day. That is the full tournament, June 27th. So make sure that you write that down in your calendars with the big red circle and like the heart or whatever, because it's time to go and watch that on June 27th. It's going to be huge. As you saw, 100K on the line, so keep your eyes out for that. But that's not all. There's more and more and more. Obviously, for a tournament, you need teams. As the teams are announced, they're going to need to practice before the 27th. So if you see any of the members of any team streaming, there are special Smite-related Twitch drops for every different team. So go and watch the teams that you're rooting for, watch the streamers and support them, and you'll be able to earn all kinds of different rewards just for watching those. But that's not all. I'm just going to keep saying that. Mizkif has his own special drops. So as Mizkif is celebrating a month of Smite, make sure to tune into the Mizkif streams as he has his own custom Smite drops. So you can get all kinds of Smite drops from watching the team members, from watching Mizkif, and from enjoying Smite all together for the month of June. There are so many things that you can do and so many free things to earn just by enjoying some new Smite content. So we hope that y'all get to get in and enjoy that. But obviously, Mizkif wasn't done there. Mizkif wanted to be in Smite, and I think we made it work. So there's going to be a Mizkif bundle coming with the update out on Tuesday, and it's going to contain Peepo Global Emote, Peepo Avatar, Egghead Ward, Mizkif Announcer Pack, done by Mizkif, no fake, it's all Mizkif. And then the Mizkif Thanatos skin, which you're seeing right here. And despite popular belief, not a meme. A skin that we are incredibly proud of. We think it looks just like him. Hit that and Mizkif in the room together, couldn't tell the difference. So, absolutely beautiful.
Well, it's a meme skin, but it's a real meme skin.
It's okay.
Yeah. It's happening. It's in the game.
There it is. It's right there. What else can be said?
It's gorgeous, honestly.
Yeah.
And for Thanatos, it fits perfectly.
Yeah.
If you don't know Mizkif, he's a fantastic streamer, a big name in streaming, part of the OTK brand, who we have a lot of crossover going on with OTK. And this Egghead is kind of a inside joke for his channel, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I actually got the chance to work with him when he was doing the recording, because I helped work with the script, and he was having such a blast. we saw the image that was put out on Twitter of him going for it, and he took it seriously. He had a lot of fun with it, and I think it came out really, really well.
Yeah, he's a professional entertainer, so his voice work was great. So he did the whole voice pack and an announcer pack, all voiced by Mizkif himself. And you're going to be out there, dunking on fools with Thanatos as your Mizkif.
Yeah, and you're going to be hearing all of the beautiful recordings. Yeah, so if you're a Thanatos fan, this is Egghead Thanatos is for you. So I mean, I don't think we could just end it here. I kind of want to go. I kind of want to go in game to see this.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Let's
prove that it's real.
I mean,
right.
It better have cool abilities. It has to have cool abilities, bro. There's no way they put this much effort in for somebody and it doesn't have cool, better looking abilities.
None of you are not subscribed. And if you want me to play more Smite this month, I suggest you do so.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, super excited for this again. And here it is again. I was waiting for that.
And when the in-game camera is not intended to work like this, so sometimes when you get really close, you get that kind of warping feel, and now, like, that is just
It's perfect.
intense
great.
with this particular.
Oh, hi
skin,
there.
but wow.
It's beautiful.
Look at that high definition egghead in the game.
Just
Yeah.
like Mizkif.
Just, I mean,
But I love the crown, the OTK
just had
logo.
love.
It looks great. It's like it reps the brand, but also has Mizkif going, and just nice looking skin all around. Thanatos is just such a cool guy.
A Pokemon
I
skin.
couldn't agree more. And I love the color scheme as well. Like,
Honestly,
regardless
my
of all of the
favorite,
beautiful
like, I
commentary
actually
you can
like
make
the
about how
skin,
amazing this skin is,
the voice
and the
pack.
energy that it puts off.
I don't know why they did him like that with the
can't
voice
get
pack.
over- can't
But
get
the
over color.
OTK branding and colors are the best part of the skin. Okay,
So
it's
for
the
all you,
base abilities.
Thanatos mains
All
out
right, I'm
there,
not.
I think you
Never
have a
mind.
new
I'm not
favorite
using the
I don't
skin.
think- I don't-
They
it's
didn't
hard to
even give
compare.
him abilities,
And I think,
bro.
you know, they just had to see it to believe it, right?
Oh, yeah.
The
It's literally-
screenshot, the
it's the right
image, but no, this
colorway.
is all real. We made that beautiful.
That's
those
base
hard-art
abilities.
illustrations, like those things are amazing.
Bro, I'm
Those
like-
take artists
and
like many
a lot of you weren't
hours.
here yesterday. We
having
talked about
just
this.
one of
Like
those for
Mizkif getting a
Mizkif
skin is
that's
awesome
really
for
cool.
him.
That's an asset. I'm
Him
sure he'll be proud of for
promoting because he's
years.
gonna get new eyes
And
on Smite is
this
awesome.
Fully functional in-game model
Hi-Rez
ready to
is
sight you
disappointing.
down in the jungle as Thanatos is ready to go.
Hi-Rez is
We got
extremely
the
disappointing.
OTK logo in the
And all
execute
the
target
pro
area,
players
so
that
you
I've
can
seen
remember who
sucking
you're-
them off, dude,
and that very
are
nice splash
extremely
on
ignorant to
And of
the
course,
to the fact of what
Skin voiced by
why
Mizkif.
Hi-Rez
yeah.
is disappointing.
Voiced by Mizkif.
So you're gonna. It's definitely worth having that Thanatos voice pack because
Because there's no way Hi-Rez isn't funding the 100K tournament. That means they put more money towards that tournament
Big
than
shout
they
out to
did
the
the
whole
last
OTK team
SPL
for
land.
this crossover collab. It's really awesome. The work they
For
did
a
yesterday,
tournament
highlighting
that's
a bunch
only
of
for
indie
big
games
content
that were
creators that don't play
amazing.
Smite.
They featured so many cool.
I'm sure they're gonna have
developers and so many
smaller
cool projects on
creators
that,
because they need so many
including
people.
but
it's all people that don't play
around,
Smite.
They did a fantastic job. I was really impressed with the whole show.
So
shout out to our boy Peckies.
Hey, big
Yes,
shout outs.
someone who we've worked with for many years. now
There's
was,
no
behind
way
the
it's
scenes running that
Miz-funded.
OTK show, so much
It's
love to that.
100% part of this
there's-
the
oh,
sales
yeah,
on this
yeah,
skin.
That is an
100%.
awesome ward. And there's a whole set of, like you said, the global emote, avatar, ward, announcer pack, and skin. So you get quite a big.
It's 100% taken off this skin, which he'll make 100K off this skin.
The head floats, yeah,
Well,
it's
send me- it's
as
a
if it
base
needed to be
price,
more
like
intimidating.
instantly.
That
So
was hilarious.
yeah, but this will all be a
Oh,
bundle.
look at- that's good.
It's
That's good
so
stuff.
good. Yeah, it's all going to be a bundle, and it's going to be available again on Tuesday with the release of the update. So make sure y'all are checking this out. It will be discounted too on release. So right as it comes out, it'll be the best time to pick it up.
No, bringing eyes to the game is
it'll be
good.
ready for
That's
you.
the good.
So,
There is a good side to
it'll
this.
Just make sure to
It's
check
more
it out both
of
in-game for gyms
like
or from the Mizkif Nexus store.
the event
So,
and everything
again,
is
super
dope
excited and a big
and
shout out
cool.
to Mizkif
It's the
and
fact that Hi-Rez
OTK
never
for all
does
the
anything
amazing
for
work
its
they've
current
done,
community.
and we're excited to see this tournament happen.
And this kind of just shows they don't give a fuck. They're just trying to make more money. And if you think the game is gonna blow up because of this tournament, you're a fucking moron. It'll probably add, like, over the course of 2 to 3 months, they'll probably get a couple thousand more new players. They're not gonna fucking blow
You gotta
up.
make B-Man like
You're trolling if
he's
you think
almost
that.
hot.
Oh yeah. Well, we've already.
It'll be
made
dope to
Jim
see the
hot.
big boys
fair.
play
But now
Smite
he's
for a
hot
night,
again,
for sure.
but in a darker way.
In a
See,
darker
well,
way.
I like how he's got an angel skin, and now he's got the kind of fallen angel skin.
Didn't they just make the announcer packs and stuff for content creators? You mean the announcer packs we had to earn by selling a fuck ton of gems? You mean the announcer packs that are free that you get from doing a game and doing 10 damage?
Excuse me.
You mean the 10 years that everyone's played this game and never made a dollar off of
No,
it?
you're good. It takes such a
You mean the
resemblance to that
tournaments
in a way,
we've
because
never
like you
had
said,
for
it has
content creators for
that
10
dark
years?
theme, and it has the red highlights there. I get it.
You can try to make it okay in whatever way you want, but you're a dumbass if you aren't processing why like Hi-Rez is just disappointing.
Let's hear the voice line for it.
You talking about Hi-Rez, the same people that run a channel 24/7, so they make an extra 200K a year and take away viewers from all their content creators?
My turn to bring suffering and sorrow to those who left this
No
broken
bugs,
soul
just no
to
bugs. Yeah, that
rot.
creeps you out.
Yeah.
So the people who are afraid of insects can pick this skin up just to be, maybe have less insects.
Yeah, I've been talking about this last night too, Midnight.
I can pretty sure confirm there won't be more.
Hi-Rez, big
There will
disappointment.
most likely be less. Though.
Double down on the insects.
And kind of just like I don't, if as a content creator,
spider
I
version of a movie
don't
called?
know why you would
In every
go out of your way to support Hi-Rez right now until they
All right, cool.
show something
the
different.
Next thing coming out in the Heavenly Light event is Bone Shaker Cerberus. And he's sure to rattle some bones.
Ooh.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's so cool.
The contrast in this card art of him being in the rain but also being on fire is kind of very, I don't know, it's very
He's, like,
cinematic.
Protecting
What's
the
up,
little
Franny?
dragon
I'm good, dude.
hatchlings and stuff. I love that.
The skins are all pretty basic. I feel like these are almost like remakes.
like its own story.
He makes me feel like he is like really like, you know, the fabled monster of myth in this legendary forest, and there's really like nothing scarier than him, and you're just hoping you don't ever run into him.
Like, what gear do you get when you kill him though?
I mean, probably some pretty good stuff, right?
Oh,
but
that's
really
awesome.
nice, kind of organic. We've got the kind of skull themes, and also some organic, almost like tree.
Yeah, it looks very wood.
And yeah, that tail.
I feel like when you're playing Serb, the skins are so underwhelming anyway.
Massive shoutouts to like the modeling and 3D art team here. This looks fantastic.
Yeah, and I mean, again, you said it already, but that tail is just incredible to look at. It is very
Cryptic,
much
we haven't hit
almost, and I absolutely
hit the all random yet.
So super excited. Let's hear the voice line. See what he sounds like.
Only the strong advance.
Super awesome. A voice definitely befitting, again, that look of the Guardian of the Forest. So super excited to see this come out in game, and probably for him to jump on me and throw me into the enemy team, and haha, crying tears. So next up in the Heavenly Light event, Oblivion Temptress Daji.
I'm stoked to see this theme come back. We've only done a couple of these.
Yeah,
the Oblivion theme is kind of a sub theme.
Alright, this Daji card art is nuts. What the fuck?
Is that like a poor fellow,
a darker twist,
or like is he lucky there? Like,
I mean, it looks like he's somewhere between.
Is he lucky?
So.
I wonder if he's actually
okay, clumsy. What?
You'd have to wait and see, find out. Check out on PTS, see if our friend here from the card art is actually hanging out, or if it's just someone that she has recently pulled, which is going to end up. But we've been seeing Daji a lot lately.
Wait,
and
why does this look like Serket though?
It fits her themes really well, but it's got a completely different color palette that really stands out.
I love the kind of like spinal tail. It has like the columns.
Thank you guys for the gifted subs, by the way. You guys are fucking awesome.
I guess horrifying would be the right word, but like really
He said,
cool too, and that horrifying.
is he lucky though?
Yeah, very different.
Yeah, and
Dude's
the black
dead.
against the black of the armor and with the gold trim against the blue skin. So I don't know. The colors like that, when the colors pop like that, it's hard not to be entangled by it. So let's
badass skin. Super simple.
More fresh souls to torment. I'd best go welcome my guests to this realm of nightmares.
No echo? A good sounding voice pack? Holy
call
shit.
It a realm of nightmares, but it's such a tempting tone. Yeah, that's
Daji's whole thing.
That is fair enough.
Daji's got good skins though. We talked about this the other day. She's got like 3 good skins. And we're just adding another really simple but really good skin.
Keyboard. So the last skin coming out with the Heavenly Light event is going to be Gazing Archon Medusa. So starting with the Dark Angel, ending with the Gazing Archon.
This looks like the Hou-Yi skin.
Incredible looking.
Beautiful skin.
That's so cool.
And we have, this one is, I feel like we've kind of had a lot of requests for like a very heroic and beautiful and elegant Medusa.
Wait, are they gonna give Medusa feet?
To do because Medusa is a snake lady.
Yeah.
So
how's that gonna work?
Kind of finally moving there. It's something that took us, little bits of work over time.
That's what?
But yeah, so she's got like feathers that.
Why is it all like
her as she
like
kind of
jerky
flies instead of the snake tail body and just.
I like the skin, but look at the lower body. It's like all jerky. It looks kind of weird.
Angelic features like these wings.
That is a big ass fucking bow though.
Ornaments across.
See some autos. Okay.
That's so sweet.
The skin and the hair kind of look like shit.
Just the angel wing ornament halo combination deal going on behind with the flapping of the wings. That is.
Yeah, what is up with that, dude? Some of their faces have good detail, and then other ones look like the fucking ninja Mercury skin.
A lot of creative work, and I'm excited to see this in game.
Look at that badass bow.
I know, it's so big.
Sweet. That's the loot you get for killing the Super.
Having a seizure.
Let's hear the voice line.
This realm has been overrun by chaos. If we can save even one mortal from its vile embrace, then we must try.
Bro, the echo on voice packs is like auto-tune in today's music industry. For high-res. The Bruce Lee one, Bruce Lee one, Hogan.
And I think with how angelic this skin looks, we owe it a visit in game. So let's check it out in game.
All right, nice.
Again, just the ambient flapping of
that face looks horrible.
Is I don't know. I'm gonna have to find a better word for that.
It looks better in game when she's not doing that weird jerk thing.
Beautiful,
very smooth and organic. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I like it too because a lot of times, when you read about differing ways angels are portrayed, sometimes they're portrayed with very unique, non-human type of anatomy, so having this
She normally has a mask
behind her.
Well, they should have fucking fixed the face when they removed the mask.
You're not my children, right?
Biblically accurate Halo.
Right, which,
Got it.
Still a lot of fantasy in there.
Of
We're
course,
really going
of
for,
course,
course. But yeah, like that's a really cool way to go about it.
I agree.
This is like the bad tattoo.
Medusa, you got to see
that one bad artist in the studio does.
Flying around.
Because they're trying to learn.
Maintaining a lot of Medusa's movements, but doing them with this very different.
It's a brown baggy
tail.
I like the movement.
Hard for me to pick a name for it, but.
She's very smooth. She's very gliding, right? Which fits with a you would think a snake and a flying character don't have much in common, but then they actually do.
All of her other stuff is smooth. Her autos look really cool.
Associate with both.
The gliding.
That works out well here, and then of course
the skin's conflicting because it's got good parts and really bad parts.
Yeah.
And audio.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the audio work is spectacular as always.
You know what?
That's incredible.
Base Medusa actually already has a little bit of
Necros?
a kind of feel with that alt.
Yeah.
So that just fits really good on this skin. I love that.
Kind of like a bask in the light.
Right. You're awestruck. You're paralyzed by glory that is Medusa.
That's awesome. And yeah, again, crazy that you can have a character that goes from being a snake, or heaven forbid, going back to the bug thing, one of those horrifying bug skins she has, to something that, like you said, looks this majestic, and the clean, snake-like omnidirectional movement that she already has.
All right, Low Life, that's the only fucking good thing you've ever said in your life.
Incredibly well, and the holy light and the ult. I absolutely love it.
I'm just gonna catch myself going, oh, every time I play this skin and try to ult people.
I'm gonna have to like make a hotkey to ult.
Sing along with the choir that is trying to get that 5-person stun.
Oh, exactly. So absolutely beautiful skin, and look at the back end.
Why are we taking so long to get to Lancelot? Is what I want to know. Like this skin is not good enough to be showing me this for fucking 5 minutes.
The last
that should have been a 30-second ability
with the
showing.
Previous 3 that we had just shown off. We're super excited to see that come out. Next up, we have the Code Slasher DLC.
Well, you're probably right, bro. Like, that shit is rough.
That's really awesome. I love that helmet.
Sweet. Yeah, this is a cool theme, too, that it's been a minute since we've revisited. I think it fits Arthur really well. And, you know, Arthur's pretty hot right now.
Okay, bro.
That kind of lines
You're
up,
kidding me.
It indeed does. I'm always a fan of armor that has
You're
a cloak
shitting
like
me.
Like the, I don't know, it's just...
They buff fucking King Arthur to shit.
For me.
Skin comes out?
All the orange.
Okay, bro.
Every time.
Okay.
Nice
yeah, I love his shoulder piece.
Yeah, because I know there are other skins that share that similar like orange highlighted weapon. Because I think what was it, Osiris got one not too long ago.
It does look just like Osiris's skin.
Yeah, it was actually.
I mean, you got your pandemic time frame. That's a skin for like 2 years. Like, no joke. I think there was a Bakasura somewhere in between, but there's not a theme we've explored too much yet, so really nice to see another one in there, and I think it fits really good on Arthur.
Wow, everything you just said made me feel pain. So, yeah.
Is that a new?
No. So the orange, super cool, love that. Let's hear the voice line, haha.
We get in and get out. That's it. I don't have time to deal with any trouble, so make it snappy.
Get in, get out does sound like King Arthur. I'm just gonna dive their whole team, but then like flip out because I'm awesome like that. So that'll hurt when I see it happen to me. But again, part of the Code Slasher DLC. Super excited to see this, and I love the shape of his legs. I don't know why I just thought of that. So next up, we have something that I'm always very excited about. We're getting to the summertime months. We have the Independence chest.
Oh yeah.
And it has 2 spectacular.
The Freya buffs could be cool. Got to see how it works in game.
Morgan Le Fay.
This is always a fun chest because we always go crazy and try to do something super trolly, which we also have coming up. But first we have something a little bit more elegant, and you know, the summer skins. We've had so many requests to keep bringing back the summer skins. We can't really.
This is a different take on her beach skin.
We used to do, but we do want to make sure we deliver a solid one.
Oh, you know they put the feet in the front like that on purpose.
It also makes a lot of sense.
Surprised they didn't put all of, like put it with the feet in focus and just blur everything else out.
There you go. Yeah, the rivals. So we've got some nice swimwear and fashion going on with Morgan Le Fay here, and dressed down a little bit from her usual getup, which is very heavy, you know.
Yeah. Oh, it's Morgan Le Fay, not the Morgan. All right, so it's a beach take on Morgan Le Fay rather than the Morgan.
Yeah, well, she had like a dragon on her leg too, so that's awesome.
Kershaw, who you at? Who you?
Definitely rocking the summer vibe. Definitely ready to unwind for the summertime, and I kind of love the watery look of the sword too.
Yeah.
It lends itself to the summer theme very well.
There it is. That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it.
Oh, and it like glows.
Yeah, it's got like that material.
And
the back tattoo's dope, actually, that it has the glow around it.
Oh yeah.
Pulsing glow.
Yeah. So let's hear the voice line.
If your name is Arthur Pendragon, You're not invited.
Those pool parties are so exclusive.
Yeah, right?
You've got to sign up like years in advance or whatever. I don't know how it works.
You think Lancelot will show up, though?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He'd ride his horse in. It's like one of those where you can't really say no because he showed up on a horse.
Yeah.
So it does have a VXG, this skin, so if you're checking it out in game, make sure you peep that VXG because
special emotes.
I've been told it's special. So next up, and this one, another one of those things that I just can never wait to show off. We got Burger Time Xingqian.
Yes, the food skin number 2. Hot Dog Odin was met with such applause that we now have Burger Time Xingqian.
Literally lose your head. Nice. Yeah. This is actually this is the card art. This is like
this is the card art.
You gotta see this,
cool.
bro. Show me this.
Commercial for this this fast food restaurant, this fictional fast food restaurant.
Yeah, I wonder who's got the hand on the remote.
Oh, that's a good trivia question. I want to know. I don't know if we can tell from just this. Maybe it's that's a very
Hot Dog
iconic
Odin's
glove
like,
though. Yeah, it might be Hot Dog Odin.
Yeah, very much could be.
But we were thinking of food skins and we were thinking of Xingqian because his face is in his chest.
Yeah.
So like the burger style kind of puts your face down in the middle. So like imagine like the in between the meat and the vegetables like
skins are fucking sick.
Yeah.
That's
a sick skin.
Eyes on the front and his thick arms and like all of the things you've come to love about a food skin. And he's going to be whooping on you with a straw.
Yeah. So it's hard to comment further on that because the skin speaks for itself in so many ways. But I mean, obviously we're just a drink short of him being the full meal.
The combo.
Yeah, right.
Just grab a few potions on the way out, you know?
Yeah,
good
true.
To go.
Get a Baron to come with you. Get that special.
They need to show the abilities, please.
I mean, this is one of those things that, again,
dude, what's kind of fucked is that Krang skin just came out and it's really good.
And check this
so
out.
now you have to choose between that and this.
Let's hear the voice.
Well, the Krang skin was free, right?
You guys hungry for some action?
They always.
Yes, we are.
They always get the best voices.
Yeah, the Pac-Man eyes.
The kicks.
Hyra's about to get fucking.
That's my
what the fuck?
Demon.
What is
why am I? What the fuck?
Oh my
God. It makes him feel like 20 stories tall.
Oh my God, his eyes.
His legs.
He has both like adorable eyes and kind of like lifeless. He won't notice when he kills you eyes.
This is hilarious.
It's so good.
You know, I'm surprised it took us so long to find this food skin theme because a hot dog.
Plastic straw cancel Hyra's. Yeah, where's the metal straw?
Hoping the people are enjoying the burger Xingqian just as much, so we can keep making these wild abominations that are both gorgeous and fun.
Yeah,
I guess we'll find out.
I'm sure there will be many posts on Reddit describing things they'd love to see still.
Keep them coming. Always down for ideas. Oh my gosh, it like splashes the drink.
It's just cola all
That's
over.
sick.
It's gonna be so
That's
sick.
cool animation. He looks so small.
I long for the day that we have enough of these.
Oh,
what?
It's the
He looks so teeny.
Tomato slice. That's so cool.
Is this scaled right? Like, why does it? He looks so small.
Even the jump AOE area kind of looks.
It kind of looks like that, right?
I think it's also
like a little frown.
accentuated by
Bite
ketchup
size.
and
Yeah, I mean
mustard.
this is a slider, dude.
Right? That's ketchup and mustard, and there was pickles and all sorts of different food items in
all
that.
sorts of condiments.
When he crashed,
He
into
just
the
looks
ground.
small compared to what. Now I gotta see like a regular
Xing
Xingqian next to him, but he just looks teeny.
There's a soda and
so
ice
good.
cubes. It's making me thirsty.
Oh my god.
Okay, wait, it's the
So
same
fun about
animation for
this,
every ability?
The burger, as you know, as I think we kind of deduced, the burger card art has
It was a
some
tomato?
call-outs to
That's
some
cool.
other maybe delicious food.
Pickles on the
related
slammer?
skins. So you know, inspect that.
Sorry,
a
not
little
through the
when you
one
see
as
it
a pickle
in-game.
or a
But
tomato.
they did a lot of work with the.
Oh my gosh.
It's so saucy.
Saucy.
Literally.
Saucy.
Is
But
this tomato
a lot of
and
squishy
ketchup?
and silly SFX for this skin as well. I've been told.
Sorry, ketchup and fucking
obviously
mustard?
All of our teams are always doing the most for everything.
I guess.
and I heard the audio for this is absolutely burger.
What's up, Daedra?
So
to use a technical term.
Yeah, to use a technical term.
And all of the
that's a
Xingqian
definite.
animations.
I like this skin.
Are so fun on this like stick
It's
figure
fun.
burger character. It's
definitely not a miss at all, but
and breathing like intimidating
it's not
fire
like
instead of
God tier. It's not going to the top of the skin tier list.
splattering you
If you don't
with
like
sauce.
ketchup and mustard, this is a pretty terrifying skin.
Oh yeah, I know plenty of people who don't like tomatoes, and they're gonna fold instantly. So.
Oh well. Don't let your food tastes influence your skin tastes, all right?
Oh no.
No, this is a cool skin, and when they start pairing everything together, like when you get a full team
so if you don't like it, think how other
food,
people feel. You get a
that'd be pretty
tomato
sick.
So you're saying this is an intimidation move using this skin?
We're going back to mental crits, like with the hot dog.
Ah, I see.
Gosh. So yeah, again, another incredible skin to look out for, part of the Independence chest coming out only a Tuesday away. So literally this coming Tuesday. So you don't got to wait that long to get your burger action on. So last but not least, for the skins coming out with 9/6 main is going to be the Cowabunga chest and Slash Kuzimbo.
Yes.
That's right. More TMNT.
Oh, that's so cool.
Now, a lot of people were quite disappointed that Smite's resident turtle was not a ninja turtle.
Yeah.
And that was reasonable, but we wanted to find the right character fits.
Yeah.
And the Ninja Turtles are very, weapon-based.
This might actually be nice to have.
He's a little bit more brute force.
A little more sumo
so,
style.
As we've been digging through deeper into this universe, we've got Slash, which is a villain turtle, who is just a little bit more brute force,
oh
right?
Oh my gosh,
that's so
and so
great.
now we've got
That's so
Kuzimbo
cool.
Slash, so he's a little bit bulkier. He's got the wrist blades, and he's still got some weapons like look, he's got ninja stars that are like wedged in his shell. He's got a little palm tree back there.
Yeah.
That's probably a call out to the specific Ninja Turtle, the super fans out there.
Palm tree that he loves.
That's a shout out for your super fans, but I absolutely love it.
Kuzimbo finally in the crossover, and another awesome Turtles.
Yeah, this is good. This is a good job.
Grew up with Ninja Turtles, played all those video games, and I love seeing all these characters show up.
I hope the fucking the little turtles are like Ninja Turtles or something.
I love his shell too. I don't know, like I'm a huge turtle fan myself. Love the turtles.
Just turtles in general.
Oh, in general.
Not even just Ninja Turtles.
No, I mean that's part of it obviously, but just all turtles in the world, the wider spectrum of turtles.
They're a neat creature.
Yeah, seeing this is just I don't know, it just sparks joy immediately, especially with the purple highlights. Let's hear the voice line.
We'll right the wrongs in our world and wipe out whoever stands in our way.
It's got a little bit of a surfer vibe to it still, a little bit of Ninja Turtle, right? A
little bit, yeah.
But he's eviler though.
Got that grit.
He's like the bully out there on the surf.
Oh yeah, he's ready. He's ready to fight it out, regardless of if it's turtles or Archons or anything. So again, this will be another skin coming with the Cowabunga chest next Tuesday. So close. I'm gonna blink and it'll be Tuesday. So next up, we have some bonus skins as well. 9/6 bonus, which will be coming June 28th. And the first of these skins, another one of those skins that I just am excited to show off in so many ways. The Heavenly Light event is bringing us Bok Bok Horus.
I'm sorry you have to wait until bonus for this one.
Oh my gosh. I was staring at this on the notes.
Okay,
like, what does this mean? 'Cause I haven't seen anything to do. Now I get it.
Another top tier meme skin from the High Res Meme Factory. And thank you to the many community suggestions to encourage us to try something like this. But, Horus, he's pretty hot right now.
Yeah.
He's got the Golden Blade, which we only nerfed a little bit, so he's still going to be good.
His voice lines are going to be troll.
Hilarious skin. Look at those eyes.
What the heck?
It looks so good, though.
Playtest for me and Aggro were mirror match Bok Bok Horuses,
No way.
and we both went full damage and
This
pretty
is a
much
good
only
skin.
focused on trying to assassinate each other. And
That's
it was
funny.
hilarious.
Especially since all the Horus skins are like super
design.
I don't know. They're very what you would expect in the God video game, so this is good.
And a goofy voice pack, of course, to go along with it. But man, he is glorious.
He is. I'm excited for the Bok Bok Horus farming spin-off game. So let's hear the voice line.
Have you come to bark with the bark?
What?
Lots of chicken sounds.
Lots of chicken sounds.
If we give the people a chicken skin, they got to have the chicken sounds.
I'm sure that his VXGs wouldn't be, or any of his VGS aren't going to be, BM at all. I'm super excited for this. So again, Heavenly Light coming with, I'm sorry to say, June 28th. You have to wait a little while for this one, but coming with the 9/6 bonus update. Could not be more excited. So the next one in the Heavenly Light update of the two coming in the 9/6 bonus will be Combo Breaker Terra. Now, not as much of a meme skin, just as awesome though.
Oh snap!
Like that card art is incredible.
Select your character. I love it. That's
as
so
if it was
cool.
its own game. Because we like to think of our skins as if they were stars of their own games.
Yeah.
Hi-Rez needs to do a crossover with Toy Story.
And, fighting brawler type terminology here that you see in Terra.
I agree.
That's just Vi from League.
I love the homage to like select your character with the character rotator, and I love studded gauntlets. You just can't go wrong.
I don't know, man. I don't like most of Terra skins.
In the video game world this week, I don't think anyone saw that coming. But now fighting games are really hot right now, and we have a huge fighting game fan within the Smite team.
Boring.
The high-res team runs internal tournaments and stuff like that.
One Smite game, Woody? You might be waiting for a couple years.
Do a skin for Terra, who's our punchiest character in the whole game. That was kind of inspired by all sorts of various fighters across the video game industry, which are just really cool games.
Oh yeah, so many inspired characters, so many inspired IPs, and I mean, like you said, a lot of gods have a lot of talent. I love that Terra gets out there, puts her dukes up, and just takes people down, and this skin really highlights that. Let's hear the voice line.
Perfect. I've been itching for a fight.
There you go.
It's been waiting.
Yeah, straight to the point. I love that, and the voice sounds great. So I'll be excited for this. I always love seeing the effects for these skins, so I'll be excited to see this one hit the game June 28th again. So the last skin coming out with 9.6 bonus is going to be in the Recon chest, and it's Hardwired Heimdall.
Ooh.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, damn.
Oh, very sleek, very high-tech even for a future skin.
Yeah. Again, with the orange accents, I will never get over how much I love that. My car is orange. I'm a fan of orange.
Okay.
So
that's serious. He's not just saying
he
that. He wouldn't get an orange car just to hype these skins. He means it.
So yeah,
tangerine.
Bro, this is so many skins.
Don't talk about it.
We want Lancelot. We don't want to see the skins coming at the end of the month.
Like that center chest light. I don't know. It's such an aesthetic to get behind.
And don't forget his future horn.
Yeah.
His future horn.
His future horn.
I mean, but when you think about it, you got kind of static.
It's a good skin. Like, there's nothing wrong with this skin. It's just like all the other ones. That's the only problem.
Heimdall kind of using that as an attack. That fits really well, actually.
Yeah, it really does.
And then, of course, just
all right, Lola, if you tried
at you and knocking you into another dimension.
Yeah, well, I mean, just future dude stuff.
Right.
So
it's gonna be an echo. Has to.
Someday I need to find out why I chose this profession.
Maybe I will someday. Maybe I'll learn as you knock.
You got to get to know him a little bit first.
Yeah, you got to go out for coffee or something. So
why is it that every fucking one that has a robot style or like a helmet has to have a crazy echo?
A bit of an intro video.
Has to.
I mean, what else is there to say? Let's get right into it.
Is this Lancelot? Oh, this is another.
I heard if you go clubbing tonight, you get an extra hour to party. We call that daylight raving.
What up, OTK Games Expo? My name is One True God, and I'm super excited to announce my collab coming out later this month with Night Mode and Smite. Features 2 of my songs, Addicted and I See You, and a One True God skin for Athena.
I'm kind of worried that this music might be copyrighted, so I'm gonna mute this. If I get copyrighted for that shit, I'm gonna be pissed. I don't know who that is, so I don't know if the music's copyrighted. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what that is.
Athena coming in with a night mode chest. Another super awesome musical crossover that we're excited to bring with y'all. As you might have seen, that was something we got to showcase at yesterday's OTK conference, but we wanted to show y'all here for anybody that missed it. We're super excited to be able to do this crossover. It's a super inspired skin, and it's just something we super duper love. So this is going to be an Athena skin, as y'all saw in that video. And just look at how great this is.
I'm pretty sure Iris the rapper is like 50 times bigger than that guy, though.
This is one of those things that I love when we do musical crossovers, because our audio teams always do such a great job at incorporating the artist's music into the play style of the character. And I think Athena was a very inspired choice, and I super love just this whole aesthetic.
Like that, what is this?
Oh my God.
It fits
so
really
this
well
is
in so
not
many
even
ways.
shots at like the DJ or the creator. What is this for high-res?
God in the name, so we got gods, they got gods, we can put those together, right?
Yeah.
It has a mythological feel to it. It's also got, he has a lot of interesting visuals on the branding.
Where does this come from? Like, what is the strategy, the marketing strategy, or like who is really like, yo, this will be a great thing to have in our game? What is this?
You can have a lot of that matching really well. So you got the colors, you got the skull symbolism, which is a big thing from One True God's music brand. So
yeah,
it all came together really well.
It really did. I mean, again, I love contrasting colors, the red and the black, and
the skin is better than the fucking
let's go ahead and hear
the Slipknot skins, but it just. It's not better than the other Athena skins, and it isn't relevant enough for me to want to even care about it.
Awesome. Being just like an aspiration of mine is to have any kind of shout out in any game. Like my goal is to find a way into Smite, and I will make it there one day. Seeing other people have that makes me equally excited, though. Oh, and here she is in game.
Yes, we have to go in game. There's some cool things to show off. The the effects and the audio are turned up to 11 on this skin. We really liked Athena for a music skin because her charge ups.
Yeah.
So she's got her ability.
Is he affiliated with OTK? Is that where this is coming from? Is this just another OTK member getting a skin? Like, I'm confused.
All in on the music and the audio and
to be copyrighted again. I will see.
As opposed to some god who all of their abilities are really, really quick, right?
Yeah.
So we actually specifically picked Athena because we thought she would be great for a music crossover skin.
What is night mode? That's a production company that does this shit.
So
what is night mode?
Playing default audio.
This has to be a Georgia-based company or something, right?
Yeah, that's not intended.
Yeah, not intended for sure. But you know, this isn't coming until the 28th, so obviously by then it'll be sussed out. But there's a lot of stuff. The skin has a VXG, so that's awesome. And they wanted us, to really highlight how much they incorporated instruments from the songs Addicted and I See You from OTG into this kit and the VXG. So you actually will get full songs from the VXG, which is incredible. Like they're incorporated.
Whoa, that is
night mode.
That is crazy. I did not know about that.
I've recently become like a massive fan. Their type of music is exactly in my wheelhouse, so I'm really excited for this skin.
Yeah, it's super awesome to look at. And again, all of our effects teams, when they're given the opportunity to work with things visually,
no, this is they're from LA. Like, what the fuck is this?
Poor lonely Athena.
It works a little better with a friend. But yeah, the whole skin is extremely well made, and we're super proud of it. Very musically.
I know who Jericho is. I'm just saying, what is this relevant to Smite and the community and the game?
I'm looking forward to it.
And like,
the music skins just add so much for me.
It just doesn't make any fucking sense.
Really thankful to Night Mode and OTG for the collab here. And for those of you familiar with Night Mode and OTG, the name Jericho might ring a bell. Look out for some Smite and Jericho-related content sometime in the future. Not a lot of
see, like, I know who Jericho is. I was watching this shit way back in the day. So they gave him his skin, his company a skin, so he'll play the game.
With the bonus update on the 28th. So again, I know it's a ways away. You got to wait a little bit, but it'll be well worth it. And I hope that you're excited to check this stuff out. So from there, I mean, we've talked about a lot of cool stuff. We really.
I think they're using skins really to get their game promoted by streamers.
Lancelot coming
now
to Smite.
they've shifted.
Let's check out
they're shifting their meta away from just throwing money at everything. Now they're throwing skins. I get it.
Speak are the oath of a knight. I dedicate myself to lives beyond my own.
Here we go, boys. We saw this already, but here we go.
And speak only truth. I vow to never be cruel, to forgive when asked, and pray that my mistakes be forgiven. I dedicate myself to courtesy and honor forevermore. This is the oath of a knight.
And that's Lancelot, and welcome back. So, super excited. We're having Lancelot join the amazing
He's
crew
definitely going to get a RuneScape skin.
Another Arthurian candidate in the Pantheon.
Right.
So, I mean, obviously there's a lot to talk over, so jump right in. Let's kind of get the background of Lancelot.
Well, the Arthurian characters in Smite have been super popular.
So good.
Ever since Arthur and Merlin, we've got constant requests. They're always discussed in the community, and we've been really wanting to deliver on one of the Knights of the Round Table.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And Lancelot is a really interesting character in the lore. There's lots of different texts from many different eras that kind of come together to make up the Arthurian pantheon. Depending on what you read, you might read very different things about Lancelot, but he was always known as, you know, the pinnacle of chivalry. He was valiant and strong and humble. He was really just all of the good things you can be. But, you know, he also had some conflicts, some dark sides. There was some specific tales where, you know, he was one of, you know, King Arthur's first knights that he invited into the Round Table, his most trusted, his most powerful, and he was given the responsibility of being the personal bodyguard to Arthur's queen, Guinevere. But that led to an affair between Lancelot and Guinevere, which drove Lancelot and Arthur apart and led to eventually Arthur's downfall. And then you see various authors and other texts where Lancelot is a little bit more of a villain or more of a romance story or, you know, forbidden love stories and all those things. But then in almost all of them still, he is a very powerful fighter and a very skilled jouster, of course, and really the hero of the people. He's the one that's there. A little dinky shield, dude. Roam from town to town to, you know, be always aiding those in need.
And even to like the very end, while there was a wedge between himself and Arthur, he still came to try and rescue Arthur. He still came to try and aid, because to his very core, he is a loyal knight, no matter what may have caused any differences between the two of them.
Exactly. Also known as being very good looking, of course, which we try to do our best. And of course, when we're designing a new Arthurian character, we're heavily thinking about how are they going to fit into Smite? How are they going to fit into the Pantheon? And you know, Lancelot was a bit tricky. We were discussing what class, what role he could be. We considered, you know, really heavily armoring him up and kind of making him as a guardian and more of a shield defensive class. But when we're looking at the lance and getting on and off the horse, we really wanted the mounted
Holy
gameplay, the horse.
shit, bro! His numbers.
So it felt a lot like it made a lot more sense to make him lighter and more agile. We didn't want him to be a warrior and be this kind of compared to Arthur so directly. So that's why we went with the assassin direction. So we went with a little bit lighter of his armor than,
shit.
Arthur on the
bro, his numbers are
and
nuts.
He's just going to be a little bit more, you know, agile and mobile in his combats.
Absolutely. Once we get into his kit, I think it'll make a lot more sense too.
Well, I mean, why would we wait then? Let's hear a voice line and then we'll jump in game.
The king sends for his trusty knights to protect the lands near and far. I will always be there to answer the call.
Loyal to the very end.
I was about to say, going right into the chivalry. So yeah, that's.
And there he is in game.
Beautiful. I love the armor, by the way. Before we dive into the kit,
oh my gosh,
I love the armor. I cannot
Again,
stop.
3D art and modeling team, Quinn, they all just do such a fantastic job. The color that comes out, the concept art also really helped kick this off.
The entire art team obviously smashed it on this one. He's got such nice details. You know, we also
he's about to be insane
in these Arthurian characters, but we also want to amplify them up to, you know, make sure they feel like they fit on the battleground of the gods. So he's got a very, you know, ornate weapon and shield, and then his armor has a lot of cool intricacies.
So his one, if you hit both dashes,
one part of
is like almost 500 damage base. I think it's 480, and then 90% scaling.
More of like these magical traits, these magical artifacts even that were given to him, and we wanted to play up with that.
He's gonna be nuts. He has
on a shield, which will come into
for 3 damaging, like out of his kit, everything but his 3 does damage, and his 3 is nuts still.
Yeah, one of the Arthurian knights that has specific supernatural qualities.
Bro, he's nuts. He is dinky, dude.
Fey realm grew up amongst other magical beings.
No wonder he does so much damage. He's got the short man complex, little man complex.
For sure, but.
Well, yeah, I say y'all keep teasing about this.
Bro, it's one-shot auto because the kid at level 1.
Let's run through it.
And he has extra 10,000 power. Bro, his abilities are sick. He has a cripple. He's got a knockback. He's got a root. Or wait, I think he has a root. Yeah, he's a root. Flow.
Oh yeah.
All right.
That's it. Okay, so we saw a lot of stuff.
We saw a lot of different stuff.
More than 4 abilities.
He has no stuns though.
Well, okay, you know, we'll talk about that in a second. We'll talk about that in a second.
Explain yourself, but
one thing to keep a note, just because it's always important. We've got Tower Killer on.
Yeah,
we've got
does not actually do 5,000 damage.
I didn't read what his passive was, though.
One-shot people. That's just, you know, our fun dove commands, but he will not be hitting you for 10 damage with his basic attacks, even at level 20. But yeah, we can get started with the different parts of the game.
Shit.
Excellent. I mean,
bro, this is gonna be the best jungle god in the game, by the way.
Lance going for him.
You're right.
His 3 gives movement speed, and his passive gives him more movement speed.
The thing we want to shout out is he is using a lance. It's a weapon that's a little bit larger than normal, and because of that, we do have the extended melee attack range that we do give to certain gods with larger weapons.
Yeah.
So he's going to be hitting from
with his horse. He's fast as shit.
You also might notice the in-combat and out-of-combat animations on Lancelot, where when he's recently attacked, he's got his shield and lance.
His horse gives him a shield too.
Yes, and it looks very nice.
That builds, and the shield can get up to 800 HP.
That's the hardest part about
he's this is gonna be a solo later. I'm really worried. Like he might just be broken in both lanes, but he's also gonna be playing solo lane.
And there's one thing that was added
a little cleave.
Because I guess there's 1+1 feature. Is that the third hit of his basic attack chain is a cleave. So
he's dude. They're making a solo later. I knew it. I knew this was gonna happen. They didn't want to make a third warrior in the last 6 months, so they're giving us an assassin that is a fucking warrior.
This is a little bit more of a simple one, which is, you know, nice to see with the rest
I
of the kit.
fucking knew it, bro. I fucking told you guys this was gonna happen.
Lose count.
But yeah, so Camelot's quest, it's just a stacking, something that he gains power over time. Lancelot receives a stack for a god killer assist, and 1 stack for every several minion kills. When he gets stacks, he's got the 2 states, the mounted state and the unmounted state.
Yeah.
So while he's specifically in the mounted state, each stack provides increased movement speed.
Yeah, so I think he can get up to 45% movement speed on his horse,
stack will
right?
provide something a little bit more unique. It's reduced basic attack damage.
Oh wait, maybe the passive only affects the horse. The horse might not have base. It might be 20%.
Sides from the back with basic attack damage, you're gonna be doing the full amount. But if you're like dueling him and you're hitting him straight on, you're gonna be doing actually a little bit of reduced damage.
Shiva is terrible in the jungle, and Gilga's been nerfed to the ground. And nobody cares. Nobody wants Gilga in the jungle. Like, what the fuck?
I hate to see him on the joust map.
No one wants warrior jungles.
But I also love how you brought in from jousting that whole
warriors are too easy to play. He might be difficult though. He's got a deep kit.
Next up, piercing thrust.
Yeah, so this is
2
Lancelot's first ability.
Or his 1 is Achilles. 3.
You know, pretty simple here. Lancelot dashes forwards. You can see it's kind of got 2 components in this target here. It's almost like the tip of a sword or a tip of a lance in a way.
Shape.
He actually will stop towards the end of that
Achilles 3 without an auto attack.
He continues to extend forwards with his lance to the end of the the inverted cone, the tip. He hits and he dashes through enemies, and if he hits an enemy, he actually gets a second fire of this as well.
Got it.
He doesn't have his passive build. You can't see his true movement yet. You build that passive in like the first 3 minutes of the game.
But if you want to weave through the battle, again, it's playing around with those agility feels. You know, we talked about how it didn't feel right for him to be a warrior. It didn't really feel right for him to be a guardian. As an assassin, we wanted to make him feel like he's going to be darting through the battlefield.
Literally feels like and looks like a warrior.
Arthur's leading the charge. Lancelot's kind of all around, kind of dueling and
no, not Nem dash. Nem dash, you can auto double dash. You have to hit
that
this.
Makes sense too, you know. With
this is Achilles 3 without an auto.
Lance, like, it's not like a sword. It's a lot harder to swing around. You're really looking for that one precise shot that get where you need to get and make your strike. So.
And with the refire here and the stance changing, you're going to see a little bit of a higher skill cap, I'd say.
Absolutely.
On this assassin. So you can really, you know, we've seen some really cool things in playtests with people using this ability in all sorts of unique ways to make sure they hit the right
He's going to be beast and fun. I'm telling you that now. He's going to be so good. There's no way he's not good.
And you know, you can use that first part if you hit an enemy and then stop, use other parts of your kit, and you have a few seconds to use that.
Oh, this is going to be a really high damaging warrior. Or sorry, assassin, but play like a warrior.
You can actually utilize this in the jungle to help clear.
Good.
There is no minions. Oh, on the 1, I don't know if you can cancel it and refire it or not. I think you can. He said refiring, so maybe.
So we're talking about his, you know, the different things that he can do with his lance and his shield. So this is kind of a 2-part ability here, where Lancelot has a small cone area in front of him, where he will slam enemies in front of him with his shield, and then he goes from there into a swiping attack with his lance.
He'll be higher skill at the beginning, not crazy. His abilities are easy to hit. You just have to learn them.
First things first is that slam of the shield will actually knock back enemies, kind of more
that's
towards
sick for setup.
the end of what will be the second part of that ability, because the second part is a larger cone that's split into 2 parts. That outer part will actually deal bonus damage if enemies are within that. So again, playing a little bit with the agility, playing with the skill and precision of Lancelot is you don't actually want to use skill strikes and just W key and run into your enemies. You actually want to make sure that you're getting them into the right spot. So maybe, you know, utilize the AO1,
he has like 3 abilities with a base of higher than 400 damage without scaling, and then you add scaling
of the dash to get right back into the fight.
When we play BTS tomorrow, I'm going to be one-shotting people. There's no way you're not one-shotting people.
Potentially can't even.
No, he has no stun.
Because you have the long.
He's a root, a knockback, a cripple, and a slow.
A really powerful effect in Smite that I think is often overlooked. There are a few characters that have it: Wilix, Achilles, Guan Yu, I believe. And it is really powerful, and if you are really careful with your positioning,
he's gonna be a really fun god for sure.
Good, especially in a one-on-one. So this ability.
I'm just mad that this is gonna get every solo laner is gonna want to play this in the solo lane.
Enemies back in that sweet spot,
and it's gonna work.
You can maintain that right distance from them.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's really cool too with the way his passive works. Is you're incentivizing facing your enemy head on and getting them directly in front of you, like face to face. I think that's incredible. So and yeah, the combo potential of that is unreal.
He can get knocked off his horse. Yeah, I don't know how though. They didn't say.
So next up, kind of a transitional ability. It looks like we have Mounts Up, which I believe starts the fun second half of Lancelot.
Exactly. So what are we gonna have?
This will be the most fun god we've had in a long time.
Without the jousting motifs, without his horse.
You can't joust without a horse. They don't just run at each other.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't make sense. And we really wanted to play up with this. It's something that we mentioned in the dev blog. It's something that we thought was really important to who Lancelot is.
It was the initial.
Oh, you can stun him off the horse.
Behind Lancelot was
like
there was not going to be a Lancelot without the horse.
Without a horse. It's something that everyone kind of expected to see, and we weren't going to disappoint. And with that, we wanted to make sure that that's kind of why he ended up being a stance switcher, is because we wanted to make sure that he excels on the battlefield without being on a horse, right? He's not a cavalry charger, and that's going to be really, really important to this stance.
Yeah.
He's not
he's going to do so much damage.
That's not his role in a fight, right? It's to actually get down and dirty and use his lance. But to traverse the battlefield, to kind of engage fights, he's getting 50
movement right now, right?
Mounts up, puts him onto his trusty steed, and there's a couple of different things going on. One, of course, it's a movement speed buff. He's going to be gaining increased movement speed.
You can't sit still either,
a little bit faster than he can travel himself.
You have to keep moving.
And the second thing is he gets a health shield. So you can see when he's dismounted and he mounts up for the first time,
700
a shield
health
that kind of gains over time up to a max.
Okay,
the reason why that's important
it builds fast.
if that health shield is ever depleted, he's
his shield just over time, Mamba. You just takes 4 seconds.
And he can strong counterplay.
Yep.
Yeah.
You get a 700 shield after 4 seconds.
Not for him to
oh, you can die. Yeah, this is so dumb.
God mode, of course, it's gonna help a lot.
Oh my god.
But when he does take,
he's gonna get nerfed into the ground. But I'm here for it, dude.
Dismounted by your enemies, and similar to a Wheelix, if you do just want to, cancel input to get off your horse, you can do that without incurring a cooldown on the mount up ability too.
Okay, that's awesome.
You're CC immune to everything but stun while on the horse.
Your abilities kind of take on a new phase, starting with Shining Gallop.
Shining Gallop is the first ability while mounted. So the reason why I give a lot of that
pre-up I think everyone's gonna enjoy the first 2 weeks, other than the people dying.
Combatant all the time. Both of his main abilities in the stance will actually dismount Lancelot and put him into the fray. This is Lancelot's kind of only poke tool, and Shining Gallop will actually have Lancelot send out the horse
just reading the abilities.
This
is sick.
In place. The horse.
This is beautiful.
Ethereal qualities again. He's got a little bit of that magic enhancement going on. Will actually be able to pass through all enemies and walls.
I didn't read the cooldown timers though. That's sick. That slows also.
I don't know why. That was just a great.
It's a 30% slow for 2 seconds, so you can use that to catch up to people.
Crashing Dive, another mounted ability.
Crashing Dive, the second mounted ability, again will actually end up dismounting Lancelot. First, Lancelot will surge upwards off of his horse, rooting enemies in a small circle around him.
Cooldowns aren't bad, 12 and 14 seconds.
Lancelot actually crashes back down into the fight, dealing pretty heavy damage in a larger circle around him.
I like this. It's a cool idea. Like these, yes.
And you can see there,
that's a really cool idea.
While he's in the air to position himself well, you can go omnidirectional with that.
Bruh.
And yeah, like I said, it'll be a root on the way up and then damage on the way down. The root is a very, very short duration. It's just kind of to play with aesthetic, play with team, give him a little bit of crowd control from the mounted state.
And the animation team did such a fantastic job with him mounting up and dismounting.
I think this is my favorite god we've seen in a while. Honestly, even if he was a warrior,
feel great, and I know that
I baby rage, but I'll still be like the best looking god we've seen in a long time.
Characters work as one in Smite. It's a very complicated process, and each time we do,
he's CC immune on his 3 to everything but stun because they want you to be able to get him off the horse.
Shout outs to those teams as well. on Lancelot, and these two abilities, they feel really great to use.
Yeah, like you said, the animation is just incredible too. Like it doesn't feel.
Yeah,
like
this is very release Bologna.
Absolutely.
Bro, PTS is gonna be so fun this weekend.
Talking a little bit about the mounted state too, is that as we said in the blog post, Lancelot's mounted state is going to have him constantly moving forwards, very similar to Hachimon and Guan Yun's ultimates.
Right.
You are not strafing, you are not maneuvering your horse like a Wheelix. You have a
can't
limited
use
turn
abilities while
radius, so
turning?
You can see here, go ahead and like turn as sharply as you can. That's what it is. It is limited.
This is like Guan Hachi.
In the jungle and in other game modes,
more like
you want
Guan.
to make sure that you're utilizing your turn radius.
Can
as
you
best
hold
as
Esky and
but
go
its turn
slower?
ability kind of helps that
Like
a little
Guan?
bit, and it's very niche. It's going to be something that you don't see as often, but it's super helpful after your ultimate. And that's just quick turn. And all it does is it just turns you. It pivots you.
What? That's sick.
Usually the cooldown is longer than this.
Yeah.
Bro, wait. Oh, it has a cooldown.
Quick turn.
Okay, you can only use it once.
Of the three that has a cooldown.
Like, bro, this is
the reason why for that later.
shit.
But quick turn has a 4-second cooldown. It's
Yeah,
pretty
you're only
short.
using it once in like a fight.
It doesn't dismount you, and that's really important when we get to the ultimate. But again, all this does is purely.
So you can't
like,
dismount without
mechanically
using
functional.
one of the
You're just
two
turning around,
abilities?
you're pivoting. Helps you maneuver around the battlefield, and you can even like pivot and like juke some abilities. Because if you're moving forwards all the time, and you see like enemies kind of.
I'm pretty sure you can get on the horse with your 3, and then you can get on your horse with your alt if you're not already on it.
The raw alt, you can just.
Oh, you can cancel? Okay.
And just juke it, like, and it's really fun when you pull it off.
And one last mechanic as well, similar to
PTS about to be fun as shit this weekend.
1U is if you actually hold the back button. Even
This
though
is a clumsy god, right?
Slow down in your
Oh,
acceleration,
S key
your top
works.
Speed will actually be lowered.
S key works.
The back button while you're
That's
mounted.
sick. Let's go.
Yeah,
Full horse
if you're
control.
trying to
Clumsy
navigate the jungle
hits
a little
again,
more, you can
boys.
Slow it up for a turn. Yep. Yeah, that's awesome. That's super
Wait,
exciting.
you can
to see
cancel
that.
the horse and it doesn't go in cooldown?
Alright,
How
so
do
it looks
just by
like
right clicking?
We've gone through the regular abilities. We've gone through the mounted abilities.
Just one more.
Just one more.
Just one more because it's going to be tied.
This
the
ult
Grand Joust is
nasty,
Lancelot's
it
ultimate
looks like.
ability. He can use this while mounted or while unmounted, and it'll do the same thing, which is basically Lancelot's going to be rearing up as his horse is preparing to charge ahead. During this time, there's going to be actually a jousting list that is created ahead in an area. You can see that rectangular area. The jousting list itself will, once deployed, will cripple enemies in that area. And after that's created, Lancelot will then charge ahead with his horse, dealing damage to all enemies that he hits. You have movement control in this, and you actually have a faster turn radius when you're in this area too, damaging any enemies that he comes.
That's
in
dope. Cripples does damage.
There it is. So you can see you
Oh,
have
you
your own
control
turn,
it.
Mechanic. Enemies in the area are just crippled. There's no damage associated to the field
Oh,
itself.
you don't have to stay in
like I
it,
said, if you're
right? Oh no, you do have to stay in it. What the fuck? Okay.
It's very useful to use quick turn after
So
that.
you
to make sure
cripple
that
what's
you get
in the
right back
field, and you can move around slightly outside
and
of
might
it.
I add, just one of those design things. I see him passing over flags, and the flags folding up and getting out of the way of the character.
So that ultimate, 500 base damage with 120% scaling, but it's on a 90-second cooldown.
Really worked hard.
It's on a long
Especially, like, even
cooldown.
with, like the glowing shields that you can see when he has.
But yeah, full build, like late game, that's like 1,000 damage without the procs of Heartseeker or whatever else you're gonna go.
True.
Now this ultimate has one extra feature that is really important for really doing the full meta
Gives him a shield
min-maxing of Lancelot, which is it also will mount you.
Exactly.
It'll mount you and give you your full shield, I
heavily
believe.
Decrease the ability.
And if your shield's gone, it'll refresh your shield if you're already on the horse.
Ultimate into the mix, so you can either you can use your mount up and then use a dismount attack.
Oh wait, it's not giving. Yeah, oh, it gives shield the end of it. The end of it gives you the shield.
To effectively get 2 dismount attacks in a short succession.
Exactly. And that's why we mentioned the cooldown on the first 2 mounted abilities.
Honestly, I wonder if you're auto attack canceling, because like yeah, Hindi, you're right. 54 seconds if you're full seed like late game is good, but if you are you auto attack canceling on this guy? Because if you are,
we're talking about his gameplay and playstyle a little bit.
You're gonna go
Lancelot's
bumbas,
very much get into the fight,
and you're gonna just
and,
go nuts.
Do as much as you can in there and get out if you can.
Yeah.
Weave through the battlefield, use those movement mechanics. You don't really want to mount up to try and leave a fight unless you're using ultimate, because again, that shield starts off really small, right? So if you're using that and someone just hits you with a quick basic attack, you're being dismounted immediately, and now you've lost.
So you're saying he will try to 100-0 me?
He will absolutely try his best.
He's kind of an all-in.
He's an all-in assassin.
All right, so his 1 and his 2, no horse stance, base damage, no scaling. Base damage 900. 900 base damage if you on his 1 and his 2 combined.
A lot of junglers are used
with
to leaping,
scaling,
which you cannot do on the horse. So
you're talking 130% and 90% scaling. So So
coming, and you're going to take some hits before you get in, so you have to be a little bit more careful, a little bit more sneaky.
You're going to be talking about getting one-shot by one of the two.
Some unexpected times. Try to change up.
Maybe not quite one-shot. Yeah, you're probably going to get one-shot with Heartseeker.
Exactly.
You're probably getting one-shot with the one of the two. Like
abilities and has refiring abilities. So
his one you can throw through walls, though. You're right. That's his downfall. He can't go over walls.
Really feeling like they're in the
But he
back
can
foot.
slow you and run around.
I'm just struggling to keep up.
Yeah.
If you're a good Lancelot, there's a lot of skill expression on this character.
You can't use actives on the horse. It looks like.
You can't use your relics.
No actives on the horse.
You can use consumables, but you also cannot basic attack. So you're just using kind of those few abilities.
It's just for movement and using your other abilities.
In that way.
So on the horse,
until you dismount,
your base damage is 590, and then you have 70% scaling and 90% scaling.
Yeah, like you said, this is definitely a character.
So it depends on how fast you can get the abilities off. Because if you like 2-1 and then horse, or say you horse enter and you throw the 1 out just to slow, and then you 2-1, you're doing with scaling. You're doing over 2K.
Master, that's for sure. So Lancelot is one of my favorites. But no, this character is really interesting to play. Has a lot of things to learn. A lot
movement speed's gonna be nutty, dude. I'm excited to play this. I haven't been excited to play a new god in a long time.
If you're wise with your ability procs, he really can have a really powerful output, but it's not easy to execute. You know, like a lot of
this is gonna be a beefy boy.
In an assassination is another thing that was kind of a theme to his kit.
If my experience with PTS is what I think it is, I'm pretty sure we'll be playing this a lot.
Once you learn them,
this is the kind of PTS you can play for a hot minute.
But obviously, you have to learn the combos. You know, you have to learn how to properly like mount up, mount attack, ult, mount attack, use your dashes, use your.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be.
His kit is more unique than anything we've seen in a while. Like Shiva's kit was so boring.
Get a hold of that. This is gonna be a very formidable opponent.
I'm very excited to see people pick up Lancelot and learn to play him over time. One thing, I said it before, I'm going to say it again. Be very careful mounting up in combat. It will get you killed because if you're dismounted with that shield, I'm expecting to see a lot of PTS and on release where people are trying to mount up in panic as soon as they're in a fight because they think they're going to use that as a movement ability to get away.
I was going to say, that's the other thing.
That will happen.
You have no movement.
And,
so if you use your one offensively, you have to try to get an ult off to get out.
They have that effect of that size and scope. So you can shut off movement abilities in a relatively large area. You can use it across the tower area to prevent people.
I wonder when Erendite procs on his ult.
Engaging on you. So
Erendite might be gods here.
A big pro.
And if you're not auto attack canceling, if you're just a spammy boy, you're not going to need Hydra, so Erendite, Transcendence Erendite.
Something that was really important as well to make sure that Lancelot functioned well in the middle of fights is that after his ultimate, you will actually regain a full health shield for being mounted. So you can see right there.
If you use your abilities to not be in the very middle of the fight,
or even if you have a
you'll kind of safely get like your ult. Oh, your ult goes fast.
To give you a little bit of leeway after you've used
feels like Mulan. Maybe not like feels like, but this play style almost like drop your kit and then maybe use your ult to disengage.
Use your path in it and veer out of it if you need to. I'm excited to see it used as like an escape tool. Like if somebody ends up behind you in lane,
plus you can leave that little
shoot off into the
jungle. You can just dip out skis.
Yeah, you're just gone. So one last little piece of information that I have that I think
I actually want to play Smite. Holy fuck!
To do with the lore or the kit or basically anything is that our animators and
if he's as fun as he seems when he drops, I'm going rank 10 on him right away.
Deemed the horse Bubbles.
We knew we were going to get the question. What's the horse name?
I saw this on the notes and I was like, I think the last time we talked about this is like clumsy design team. Do you guys agree with this? And I was like, if this is what everyone wants it to be, that's just gonna.
There was not a universally agreed upon historically accurate name for his horse, right?
Yeah.
He and likely in reality he rode multiple different horses. You know, potentially he didn't have just the same horse for his whole life, etc. But the internal dev team, and since we always get pushed to name the pets, the internal dev team went ahead and got a step ahead of you and named the horse Bubbles.
Yes. So
that is official as of today.
So there we go. The important questions, the day zero.
Well, if we're going on that side of things, you can effectively say that this is like Lancelot's cart in a way, So we kind of.
You want to play Lancelot?
You want
to play Lancelot?
Oh, yeah. We can. If we ever bring back Smite card, he can just be on the horse the whole time.
There you go.
It won't happen though. So.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, well, with that, Payne, let's move on to some of the other skins that'll be releasing with Lancelot, starting with Pride of Avalon Lancelot.
I love these recolors. I mean, his base colors are really cool, but This was a tough call for me.
Oh, yeah.
If you're
No,
looking for
not a red
something
recolor. I guess the base is blue.
Edgier, this is what.
I mean, yeah, look at him. The other one, he's like all regal. You have the blue flag.
This is the timeline that he joined Mordred's side instead of King Arthur's side.
Oh yeah, you think
he'll
so?
probably get a Dark Knight skin eventually. It's gonna look
so?
awesome.
That's one
What
thing
else?
I guess I hadn't even thought about. I'm
Another
excited
one.
for the skins for this. I love, because he has a horse. Imagine all the creative things you can do with that horse.
Horse armor.
Maybe it's just chilling.
Baby, he's so cute. OMG, weak nation, weak nation.
Or even not a horse. Let's just make him a fisherman and make him ride a fish. That's my
It's gonna have to be a tier 4, but it would be fun.
today?
So in the future. So yeah, a super cool skin. There's also Ascended Lancelot as well, which is, like the other Ascended skins, it'll be part of the 2022 season pass.
Bro, Spaceman, watch yourself.
Like this one. I know what it looks
Say, watch yourself.
I haven't seen it yet, but I remember.
Stream, watch yourself. Tell him.
Oh, we're gonna go in game for this one.
Excellent. Cool. I was
Excuse
hoping
us.
we could.
Apologies. We
Yeah,
got a little ahead of
I'm
ourselves.
jumping ahead.
And this
because
one
I'm
looks
excited.
really good. I'm glad we went in game because it looks awesome.
What are you saying?
Yeah, I guess that's one thing. We just talked about all the
Said Lancelot
mechanics and,
OP,
how good the
right?
effects of the fight and everything looks.
Lancelot
but
OP.
Let's just go back to just the
Yeah.
design. Like
Lancelot
the lance
OP?
is so ornate.
think
It's
so?
so unique. Like lances can just be pointed triangles sometimes, like a cone with a point
pretty
on
simple,
it.
honestly.
Yeah,
we definitely wanted to play
on
on
the
the thing. The
mic.
concept art is a fantastic time for iteration and seeing the different examples provided here.
And
as Clumsy mentioned, trying
you
to lean
moving the
into
mic?
that supernatural. Like
Yeah.
he is a little bit supernatural. That lance looks a little bit supernatural. That's intended because you can imagine it as a fey blessed weapon, as almost as if it was a lance version of Excalibur, even, which is also
Love me,
a
Mom.
mythical weapon, right? Not just any
My
sword.
mom.
And you can see that playing because it has that glowing blue orb.
What is
and kind of
baby
the
number
center of
2?
it there.
We'll
Plays
see.
into the horse on the shield with the blue glowing eyes.
Against
as well.
5 months.
Right.
So and then just the armor.
He's a
is-
big
is
boy.
great,
Look
you
at this.
have a little more heavily armored on the side.
They're
with
not in the
lance
game, I'll show you
because
guys.
The shield isn't there to cover that half.
Yeah, he's got his rondel on that side as well. Some historically accurate medieval kind of.
Yeah.
Say you're big baby.
Incredible to see. Super
big
well
baby.
designed. So I believe now we can move on to Ascended Lancelot.
Big boy.
I just get excited.
Very nice recolor, but this is the
Big boy.
Ascended recolor. And it's
Oh,
got
we got
a
another
green
recolor. You gotta see the other recolor. It's
direction
greenish.
with it, which I'm just personally, that's my favorite color. So
fair.
I like greens and purples, but
I like purples.
we do
Purple,
a lot of skins in those colors. They do look good, but I think this turned out really well for him.
Hey, don't pull my headset.
I think
Yeah,
you're
it's
right.
sweet.
What are you doing?
Oh, and I like the
are you doing?
stripes on the shield too. That's just such a classic knights jousting. It's very aesthetic.
This one really feels, when I said the people's champion, right? Like I don't know, he's an approachable knight. Okay,
Yeah.
he's legendary. He's the first knight of the Round Table. He's potentially supernatural, but he still feels like, you could walk up to him after the tournament and just be like, he'd stay around.
He'd take a selfie with
yeah,
you?
take painting selfies or whatever they did back then. And he'd shake some hands, sign some autographs. He feels more
Pull on my headset.
relatable
What are you
down to
doing?
earth with this color scheme, which I really like.
Yeah, while true, also not true.
Pull
Too
my
hunky,
head.
too afraid to walk up.
You little shrine turd.
So yeah,
No.
so another super cool skin.
He's always kind to his fans.
You know what? I bet he would be. He'd take 2 selfies. He'd be like, no, I blinked.
two.
Let's do another one. So super cool. Last but not least, obviously we have the mastery
hear
skins
you.
as well, which are also
yeah.
always
They usually
great
are.
to look at.
They
Like,
did them today.
Oh,
Ooh,
nobility.
gold skin that I'm never gonna
really
use.
playing up the Giga Chad in this one.
And if you notice, the cool thing too is he's got colored horse armor.
Yeah, the horse armor.
Colored horse armor.
So with
Not
those,
part of an additional DLC. It just comes with it.
Yeah, included. Day one.
But yeah, these mastery colors, obviously, having this much
Tell 'em
armor
what's
gives
up.
us lots of real estate to.
So we
really
wanna
flex
play
those
Lancelot.
colors. So
Yeah.
you've got the golds,
We
and
want the
blues,
BTS.
and yeah, it looks really nice.
he's got his
He's already
blue-
5'7". He's
Always
taller
one of
than
my
Razy
favorites,
already.
The black
Agreed.
and gold, just really cool looking.
I love this one.
I agree.
Taller
Like,
than
I'll get
Razy
diamond
and
on
weighs
Boston
more
and
than
continue
Riley.
to play the legendary,
Exactly. Yeah. The
but-
diamond is the flex.
But sometimes
pick,
you gotta really show off the diamonds, which is gonna look cool on Lancelot.
Being
as
taller than Razy isn't hard though.
That's the
At
benefit
5
of
months
having
old, it
armor
is.
so well designed and so eye-catching is that kind of regardless of what you throw on it, like it looks good. It lends itself to so many styles.
The
so
detail
easily.
really stands out really well
Yeah.
on this skin.
Isn't he older than Riley?
Various
Older than
colors,
Ao.
which is big. That's a big achievement for the modelers too. That's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially when you're working with a more narrow color palette range of just
Oh,
these
there it
2
is.
colors.
Ooh, diamond looks
Wow,
good.
that is awesome. Yeah.
Striking.
We all imagined it being good, but then when it actually came up on the
Yeah.
screen, all 3 of us were like, "Whoa!" Like that was a genuine reaction.
Very much so. Because yeah, I definitely haven't seen this one before.
No, neither have I.
Cries less than Riley. Oh, that's actually true. He does.
Yeah,
Way less than Riley.
okay. Honestly,
I can't say I
he knew
brag
it. He
about
knew
it,
it, but
it's
it
fine.
looks really good on him.
Diamond's gonna look
really
good.
Again, I think that's a benefit of armor, you know, is armor really, it lends itself, especially as well designed as this is, it lends itself to looking like, it's not just colored armor, like that's a whole nother piece of armor almost.
It does, feels like a whole new set.
Yeah.
With different stat bonuses.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Playing up with that.
the Crystal Dragon set or
Kill
something.
two
you know,
services.
Right?
You have better
All
magic.
right, there we go. Lancelot.
Lancelot. Oh my gosh. So we did it. That
We
was
lanced a lot.
We lanced a lot.
Yeah.
Woo! Very good
Wonder
show.
where that came from.
The depths of your soul, probably.
Yeah.
Lots of good stuff we talked about today. Again, everything except for the bonus is coming out right around the corner. You're going to see all of
This
this.
is Tuesday patch, so PTS is tomorrow.
Yeah, it's
Playing
crazy.
PTS all day tomorrow and
Full real
Saturday.
drop next week.
Wait,
Yeah.
when can people play Lancelot?
PTS Friday.
PTS
That's
Friday,
crazy.
yeah.
And then in the game?
And then
And
Tuesday.
then Tuesday in the game.
Tuesday, PTS Friday, Tuesday
I'm
live.
really not used to that.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
boom,
Here we
like
go.
that. So super excited. Hope y'all looking forward to it. Again, so many things. If you want to know more about it, make sure to check in with the patch notes. Those are live right now.
This is
You can
Lincoln.
read about everything.
Right,
If-
Lincoln?
If you know you came in late,
I am
something,
Lincoln.
you can look at all the skins and just get excited
Tell
for
'em.
Tuesday. I know
Yeah, I am Lincoln.
because there's going to be burgers. And
There's stuff on those update
I
notes too
am
that we
Lincoln.
didn't go over today. There's plenty of bug fixes. You know,
He's
the
in.
QA team. Shout outs to Kit and Doom working on
Watching
those.
the patch notes.
We've got some other quality of life. You know, there's a lot of stuff on those update notes to go through.
Yeah,
Check them out.
constantly.
Yeah,
Make sure to
they
check it out.
moved the
But
final beta
before
for
you
Super Bowl to
go,
August. I'm
one more
excited.
thing. At the OTK Expo, we announced a lot of amazing things, not the least of which was a brand new game from another studio within Hi-Rez called Redbeard, DKO, and it's currently in closed alpha, but you can get information.
All right, that's
about
the final
that
end of the
and how to
patch
get
notes.
into it and how to
They're
look
just
for it.
talking about their other game. If you want to do that, go for it. It's in the Smite realm, but it is not a Smite game. So here is this. These are the numbers real quick before we end this. So this is passive. 60 stacks, 0.2 per stack. And this is for while you're mounted. You get increased movement speed. So what's the math behind this? What's 60 divided by 0.2? You arrive, what'd you miss? All of Lancelot. Everything. Everything. 12? All right, so you got 32% movement speed with... This is going to stack really quick. Oh, no, not that quick, but pretty quick. 32% movement speed on the horse. Base damage of 480 on your one with 65% scaling, so 130% scaling. So if you're hitting 400 power late game, yeah, you're gonna do really close to 1,000 damage with your one. Your two is 440 base damage with 90% scaling. So that's 800 plus damage with max power. Mount up is just your shield, which is going to be for everything else. When you're on your mounts, you're doing 280 base on your one with 70% scaling. And then your two is 310 base with 90% scaling. So if you can two off the horse, this is what you're going to do. This is going to be for like ranged. You don't want to you want to kill somebody over the wall or something. This is what you're going to use in the middle of a fight every time, I think. And then your ult remounts you. So technically, you could you could mount up, right? And you could two. And then you could two again, and then one, and then ult again, and you're back on your horse, and you could one again. And if you have full CDR by then, your two's probably back up, and you could just repeat and do another full rotation of abilities until you have nothing left. So you're it's gonna take a minute to do that though. You might build hybrid on this god. Like you're not gonna be dodging with the one. You're just gonna be full inting. So it's gonna be kind of difficult, I think, to get the full kit off. We'll see how the movement works. And the CC might help, but you are just gonna get railed by whoever's sitting there attacking you. His mounted abilities have 0 cooldown because when you're on your mount and you use one of these, you get dismounted. So you need this to be on a shorter cooldown so you can remount. It doesn't. There's no cooldowns on this because there's nothing. You can't use another ability. It's a stance swapper. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. This is a good cool ability too because you got the mini root. It's a mini root, right? But it's a lot of damage And it throws you up in the air, so I bet you don't take damage when you're up in the air. I hope not. The 30% AA reduction? Isn't the damage reduction only on your horse, though? Or is it all the time? Oh, while unmounted. Oh, okay. So that's while unmounted you get the AA reduction. But you need to stack it up. Wait, but it's only 12% reduction, right? Or, yeah, 12% reduction? You might grab a couple hybrid items. This might be very solo lane-esque. Like a Glad Shield might just be cracked. Glad Shield plus 1 defensive item like Anemian might just be insane. As long as you're able to avoid mage damage. So yeah, if you're trying to kill hunters, you might just be a free hunter farmer. So have fun, hunters, all you ADC players. Enjoy solo lane Lancelot with full defense. You literally will not kill him. He will be unkillable. This as a solo laner will be unkillable. You will have a 0% chance of killing this god late game. He's going to have a 740 health shield, insanely high base damage, and he's going to be reducing your damage. He's probably going to be more OP as a solo laner. I actually bet you he's a solo laner. And then like beast in the jungle because of his damage numbers, but I bet you he's a solo laner. That's what I think. That's my guess. Right, Linky? That's our guess? Huh? We'll find out tomorrow a little bit, but that's what I think. Yeah. So there's the patch notes. Hopefully you guys, like what's happening. There's, some good stuff, some bad stuff. High risk kind of trolling the content creators, but here we are. We got Lancelot. I will see you all later. Video go up on YouTube in the next hour or so. So have a good night, good evening, go eat some food. I will see you all later.